Yo, I hate when it does that. That is so dumb. That's just beyond dumb, bro. Hey, PT, what's going on? You know what? Settings. Go to settings. I just realized something. Go to battery, and then go to. That'll make it easier. There we go. There we go. Anyway, let's do this. Alright, so let's get back to work. Alright, now where are we doing? Okay, so let me see. No, I'm fine. It's just rearranging stuff. Alright, okay, let's get into it. So this is from Action, 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 AKSHON, Arction. I think I'm saying it wrong or right, maybe. They have 371 subscribers, and this video is called "The Collapse of a 17.5 million indie game." Doesn't sound like an indie game to me if it's 75.5 million, $17.5 million game. That don't sound indie to me. Or maybe that's how much it made. I'm not sure, but we'll see. It came to a collapse. I know of this game. It's called Starlight Revolver, I think it's called. I think it's like a top-down dodgeball game or something. But we're gonna see what it's about and why it collapsed.
Game with a 17 point. What if I told you there was an indie game with a $17.5 million budget that released and died all within the span of a few months, and you probably didn't even know about it? Starlight Revolver had funding from venture capitalists and angel investors, paid collaborations with Sarah Benito and Lily Pichu. It even had 100,000 wishlists on Steam and was one of the most played demos of 2025. On the surface, it sounded like the making of a game that had everything going for it. Success served on a silver platter. But when the game launched in 2026, it peaked at just under 1,000 players, and the studio announced the game's cancellation just 3 weeks later. So what happened? How did a game that looks this cool and had so much going for it collapse so quickly? This is the story of Starlight Revolver, an indie game that blew $17 million and now has nothing to show for it. Starlight Revolver was developed by Daniel Zhao, who founded the game studio Paddle Labs in 2021. While in lockdown during COVID, Daniel took up game development, reaching out to some friends who had a shared interest in anime and action role-playing games, and came to them with the idea of creating a JRPG-inspired 4-player co-op game with an anime aesthetic. However, since Daniel didn't have any game dev experience at this point, the first step was, well, to learn how to actually develop a game. He started out simple, honing his skills and building a prototype over the course of 2 years. This prototype, which we'll talk about later, eventually got scrapped in favor of a new game, a 3-player isometric roguelite that drew inspiration from games like The Binding of Isaac and Hades. He called it Starlight Revolver. Seeing Starlight Revolver for the first time, what caught most people's attention was the art style. It was bright and polished and had the kind of anime aesthetic that stops you dead in your tracks mid-doom scroll.
Oh wait, no, I'm getting this confused with the other game. I was wrong. It's a different game, but it has in the same art style. That's why. Okay, I know. Okay.
And makes you think, man, I want to give that a try.
I just think they're neat.
Part of Starlight Revolver's early success was a huge campaign on TikTok. They pushed out tons of content where they talked about game development, showed off their journey as an indie studio, and were generally endearing online. They also had tons of pre-rendered clips with the characters of the game that looked really good. Like I said, the kind of game people would look at and say, hey, I want to try that out. Their presence on social media drummed up quite a bit of hype for Starlight Revolver. There wasn't too much on the gameplay side of things, but the art style, it was enough to get people interested.
Oh, this looks pretty good. Oh, I love the animation.
By 2025, Starlight Revolver had more than 100,000 wishlists on Steam. It was one of the most played demos during Steam Next Fest, and it seemed poised to be an instant hit once it finally released. Capitalizing on the hype, Daniel made a post in r/GameDev talking about his journey as an indie game developer and hoping to impart some of his wisdom. While many Redditors congratulated him on the game's success, others had some questions. The first being about the studio's funding. In this Reddit post, Daniel writes, quote, "You don't need much to get started. I went off savings for the first year, then raised $2 million in year 2 and $15 million in year 3 from venture capital. $17 million in 3 years without even releasing a single game? To put it
That sounds insane. You made $17 million on your first game? I guess it's not impossible, but that just sounds so far-fetched. I don't know how I feel about that. That doesn't sound indie to me. I don't know. Like there are exceptions, but like I don't know. That unless he knew people in high places. That's a weird one. I don't know how I feel about that because like 17 million in the second year of game development while in COVID time. Now that could have played a part in that because COVID time everyone was inside. But like the fact that he made 17 million on his second year is mind-boggling for anyone because most people who said I want to get into game development, you're kind of playing a very high risk to a degree if you're going to try and make this your full-time whatever. And I don't mean like it's not possible not to make a living off it. It's just like especially depending on like your situation, economic situation, your age and everything that else, I guess. So all those factors funding are low maybe, but like just within 2 years he made 17.5 million. That's a high investment 2 years from now.
lightly, people were shocked.
Right?
One Redditor remarked, "Y'all remember when Tim Schafer, highly respected game industry veteran with a long track record, launched a Kickstarter and raised $3.3 million? $15 million. That's a lot of money. You could pay for a used private jet for that much, or maybe a yacht, or even, I don't know, one hospital visit in the United States. I'm joking, obviously. But the truth is that worrying about things like health insurance and in-network doctors is something that no one should have to deal with. I spend 8 hours a day at a computer working on videos like this one. Years ago, I noticed I was developing symptoms of carpal tunnel. It was getting harder to type, my wrists were always sore. If you've played too much League of Legends, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I told myself I should go see a doctor, get it figured out. But booking an appointment felt overwhelming. I didn't want to initiate the phone calls, I was worried about messing up appointment bookings. In short, I was anxious. Back then, I wish I'd known about ZocDoc, today's video sponsor. ZocDoc is a late Zoc, after all,
Load of barn.
as a self-made, ground-up game. Now, back to the video. How Paddle Labs was able to raise 5 times that much left a lot of people confused. After all, Daniel was marketing himself as a self-made, ground-up game developer, and this contrasted harshly with the fact that Paddle Labs seemed to have more support than many AA studios.
This is a load of barnacles.
So, people started doing some digging. They found information on Daniel's employment history, on the devs at Paddle Labs, and found out that the whole thing wasn't exactly the self-made indie game developer shtick that was being presented. It's true that Daniel had only started game development about 2.5 years earlier, and he'd come a long way since then, but he was also working with a team full of industry veterans who were doing a lot of the coding. Developers from Capcom, Ubisoft, and Riot
there
Games.
it is. There it is. Gotcha. We got you. We got you. We got you, bro. You thought you was slick with it, but we got you. You thought you can get away with that bullshit? We got you, bro. I'm an indie dev, but my best friend is I'm an indie rapper, but my best friend is Kanye West. My uncle is Ti. My my family friend is Eminem. Like, I was like, bro, are we really doing? You're an indie rap? Okay, you might be new to rapping, but you know a lot of people that's really in that shit. That's really successful. That's very suspicious. You're really trying to go up humble beginnings on that one, huh? Come on, man. Come on, man. Listen, I understand. I get it. But like just be honest. Be like, okay, I want to be a rapper. I get it. But I do have these veterans that's in my corner, so I can't really come off from humble beginnings, as you can say, but I do have the opportunity. I'm going to take it. Fine. Fine. Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't think nothing's wrong with that. If you have the ability to do something, do it, I guess. But don't try to come off as if you're coming from like the trenches and some shit. That should be crazy, because you're just LARPing at that point. It's good. People are not gonna take you serious. Like, it just is what it is. People are not gonna take you serious, bro. Sadly.
Games. The deep dive into Daniel's background also revealed a lot about his employment history. Before he started Paddle Labs, he worked at a number of crypto companies. In 2016, he was an angel investor, investing seed money in fintech, gaming, and AI startups. Then he was a software engineer at Jump LLC, helping build their crypto trading site. Then he worked at Robinhood, the investing company at the center of the GameStop.
Oh my god. This dude is a crypto bro, and he has a bunch of industry friends. Come on, man. Man. Oh, maybe he wanted more people to be. No. Well, yeah, he's gotta try to play that game to be impressive, but like, you make me sick. like I get it. You want to look impressive. I get it, but like, if you're trying to impress bitches, just be honest. They don't give a fuck how you're. Like, listen, if you're trying to impress women, no girl's gonna care about your struggle, right? They just want to know if you got the results. That's ultimately what it all boils down to. Let's be honest. Nearly every Twitch streamer, NBA player, football player, rapper, singer, whatever entertainer in any which way that are extremely successful with millions of dollars, do you think the girls that they're fucking grew up with them from the beginning to the very end of wherever they are now? No, definitely not. Majority of most of those girls are not their high school sweethearts. They're not girls that they grew up with. Not maybe they're friends with to the degree, but no, probably not, because like most likely the girls that they're fucking with is girls who are already looking for a dude who's already established, right? They don't care about your struggles. You think at the time Kobe Bryant's at the time when he was alive, you think Kobe Bryant's wife was out here bragging about his struggles of becoming an NBA player, or LeBron James, or any of these people? Fuck no. All they care is that they got the ring on their finger, they can live lavishly, they can go buy shit with their money, or have their kids guaranteed bag. That's pretty much it, right? Like, some of these girls, some of these women are so indulge in like the fact that they're married to these men, that it's like they not only they won a lottery ticket to themselves, but they feel like they did something of value, of like they saved the world or something, right? So some of them really just prop themselves up as, I am the wife of this very prestigious individual. And even if they end up breaking up, they still kind of see themselves as the wife, especially if you're the first wife, right? And especially if you're the original wife that had the kids first. So, like, you know, it is what it is. So, like, you think most of these women give a fuck about how hard you struggled? No, they just want to know you got the money, most likely, and you got the looks and the bravado and all that shit. That's it. They don't care about your struggles, because most of them don't give a flying fuck. They're like they don't like the. They like familiarity if they came from a struggling place, but most likely they just want to be comfortable and living a very nice house and don't have to worry about being robbed, shot, killed, or whatever the case may be. So that's all they care about. So if he's trying to impress women, you're wasting your time. Just do your job, be honest, and you'll get who you want. It is what it is. Girls just don't care. Most women will fuck a dude who has millions of dollars and he's probably looking like that of a shriveled prune. Like, you think the woman who's fucking Dave Bunce actually likes Dave Bunce, the way he looks, the way his fat ass looks. He sits in a literal pride chassis. You think he literally sits in a pride chassis rapping on a couch in a stage in front of other people because he can't even stand. You honestly believe that she likes this man? No. Yeah, the big fat black guy who's a rapper. Honestly, you think most of the women at the time was fucking yeah. Yeah, they do not care. They don't care about your experience, they don't care where you come from. You think the women was fucking what's his name? Fat Joe? The way they were, you think they care about Fat Joe or Rick Ross and how fat they were at the time? No, they fucked them and got money or had a baby by him to guarantee they get some money. So like same thing with 50 Cent. You think you know what I'm saying? Like they don't give a fuck.
Debacle. Then he was a software engineer at a military defense company before finally founding Pato Labs in 2021. If we go back and look at the studio's landing page from way back in 2021, you'll find this block of text. We're backed by amazing investors such as Box Group, Pear, A16Z GP Andrew Chen, Zynga founder Mark Pincus, and Eventbrite founder Kevin Hartz. Keep in mind, this was before
Kevin
they
Hart?
had any sort of prototypes to even show investors. They didn't have a game, they didn't have screenshots, and they didn't really even have a reputation. How could this game studio, led by someone with no game development background, secure so many prominent investors without so much as a gameplay demo?
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
After some more digging, people realized that Starlight Revolver wasn't the only things that Pato Labs had been developing. Back in 2023, Andreessen Horowitz led a $15 million round of funding, which included investments from Pear VC, Box Group, Long Journey Ventures, Neo, and Global Founders Capital. The funding was meant to go towards game development, but also something else. One of Andreessen Horowitz's partners, Jonathan Lai, wrote a post on their blog in which he praised Pato Labs for developing, quote, a UGC platform for players to create their own anime-style mods and worlds. UGC stands for User-Generated Content, and it became quickly apparent that Pato Labs was developing more than just a game. They were making a game-making tool. In a separate LinkedIn post, Lai writes, quote, Pato Labs is democratizing anime game creation, opening up creator tools for players to build their own anime games, enhanced via AI and procedural generation. We're very excited about the potential for AI-assisted UGC to transform IP into dynamic, never-ending game franchises. It quickly became clear that these venture capitalists weren't just investing in Pato Labs because they thought that Starlight Revolver had potential, they were investing in an AI-powered...
You know, I always say to myself, I should have gone to business. Maybe I would have been a better person if I had gone to business in college. I don't know. Getting a business degree. I'll never truly know what my life would have been if I went down a business route. Because I did take a business class here and there, but it was just a horrific experience. Lies? You think so? You think it'll be just as horrible? Because, like, my first experience of taking college courses on business was a horrific experience because it was like a teamwork-based thing, and I hated that shit. I hated every second of it because I hate working with other people like that. Not saying I don't like working in a team. I just hate working with people who don't want to put in the work and just, like, you know, help. Or at least prove that they're trying to help, but no, they just do absolutely fucking nothing. It's complicated. Oh, you took it? Did you guys take it? Take a business class too? Something to help you. Oh, wow. So like, what's the point? Like, what's the guarantee? Like, if I have a business degree, what does that really do for me? Not to mention anyone in a team setting can sabotage you. I had a team like that. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm not the only one who felt that way. Because I hate team-based shit. HR will not help you when it matters. Yep. I've heard that many times before. HR is actually out to always fuck up your entire situation and make things uncomfortable. Oh, yes, I believe that too. Yeah, we're five wait men no, but I imagine it'd be horrible. We were man really we were five on a project, but we were two actually doing something. Yep. 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 Shit. Damn, man. I hate team projects. Shit is fuck, especially with people you don't even know. Oh my god, that is awkward and just mind. Hate it. Always hated it. Shit pissed me off, man. Ugh.
Game building tool. Paddle Labs was creating a way for anyone to make their own games with an anime aesthetic.
I'm getting PTSD thinking about it.
These investors saw the potential for something like an anime version of Roblox. Give the players the tools to make their own games and watch the platform explode in popularity. With all of this research in hand, Starlight Revolver's discussion page on Steam exploded. People were ripping into the game for being a crypto scam, an NFT scam, a hotbed for AI. It got so bad that Daniel had to make an official blog post telling people that Starlight Revolver wasn't some cryptocurrency rug pull. It was a legit game made by real people. And it was. There's no denying that underneath all the layers of sketchy funding, at the heart of Paddle Labs were game devs who really wanted Starlight Revolver to succeed. They cared a lot about the game they were making and seemed to be caught between a rock and a hard place. Still, most casual viewers weren't privy to many of the things going on behind the scenes. All they saw was a game with a cool aesthetic that they wanted to try out for themselves.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
On June 19th, 2025, the Starlight Revolver demo went live during Steam Next Fest, and the general consensus was actually pretty good. As one journalist put it, the real thing that's pulling me in so far is the vibes. Paddle Labs has spent a lot of money working with the animators at Studio Yada, the team behind Vampire Survivors, Rivals of Aether, and Sonic Mania, to produce promo trailers for the game. The vibes were great. The art style was exactly what had been promoted. There was a lively social hub called Nishi Island, where players could fish and hoverboard between runs, but beneath the Technicolor veneer, the game was also kind of broken. Starlight Revolver was, as we mentioned, a roguelite that drew heavy inspiration from games like Hades. You play as one of 4 divers, each of whom has a unique set of skills and abilities, join up with 2 other players, and battle through levels, getting stronger as you go. Unfortunately, the demo gave very little onboarding information for new players. It lacked basic features like key rebinding, characters would constantly clip out of bounds, environments wouldn't load, and friends couldn't join each other's sessions. But, to be fair, many who tried the demo were willing to look past these shortcomings because, hey, it's a demo. Paddle Labs still had several months to get all of the bugs ironed out. And while there was still a loud vocal minority who were claiming the game was going to be a crypto scam, many were cautiously optimistic. In fact, the game had over 100,000 wishlists on Steam and was one of the top 10 most played demos during Steam Next Fest. Over the next few months, Paddle Labs continued their TikTok campaign. They worked with artists like Sarah Benito, Iris from Hollow EN, and Lily Pichu to make music for the game, and Starlight Revolver entered early access in August 2025 with pretty high expectations. Unfortunately, it didn't take long for things to collapse. Many of the bugs from the demo persisted into early access. Players couldn't get past the character select screen, in-game currency, which players had to grind hours to earn, were disappearing.
Oh my god, I remember I had that problem with what was it? It was called Anthem. Holy shit, I have never experienced such a horrendous game in my entire life. For those who played the Anthem, was in that Anthem era when it first came out as a demo for people to play. Holy shit. Like, if you could get past the loading screen, that was a win of it on itself, right? And then when you pass the loading screen, the issue is when you're going on a mission. Like, there was a few things, but one of the 2 things was a big one. It was one, you can't get past the loading screen. You just sit there all day. And then sometimes if it chooses to put you in a game, if it puts you in a game, or you get the game, or to get the game running in general, you will finally go outside of the hub, right? You jump out into the wilderness, you fly around. The only thing I can literally say that was great about Anthem was only 2 things. Number 1, its aesthetic and look, and then the second thing was the flying. The Iron Man flying was so smooth. It was so fun to literally fly. I don't know what it was about the flying, but it just felt really good to fly. It felt so smooth. I had more fun flying than actually playing the game. Like, I always look for an excuse just to fly. It always felt super awesome to play that game flying. Besides those 2 things, oh my god, the game was horrendous. Enemies were little to non-existent. Like, if you found enemies, you found them, but they were so quick to kill, it really didn't feel anything close to satisfying. Then when you actually go up higher levels where it gets a little more difficult, whether you have people or not, if you get killed, and I mean the word, when I say the word killed, when you get downed, like in like Destiny or like Gears of War, you know how they're like you're on the floor, you can't get up till someone picks you up. Oh my god, you are hard locked in that shit. So when you get knocked down, you have to wait till someone picks you up. You can't really like crawl yourself to someone, or if you do die, you're stuck like that, and then when they pick you up, you can instantly get back locked in, and you're stuck in the lock till someone picks you up. And sometimes if you're playing by yourself, you won't just instantly die. You'll be stuck and locked. Somehow, the game will do this where you get actually locked in, even if you're solo queuing by yourself. So you're stuck and locked for no reason. You don't even die. You just have to sit there and you check yourself, can I turn off the game? Or if I leave the game? If I leave the game, then I'm stuck in a loading screen again, and I have to hope that I can get back to the hub. Or if I turn off the game completely and come back, is the game going to work when I come back? So you're kind of screwed. It was a horrendous game. It had the third good thing I can at least think about is when you can customize your rig to a degree. I don't know who that is. When they rig, you can rig and change the color of your like your mech suit thing, and I think it was really cool how they designed the different classes of like rope mechs. So you have like your tank, your DPS looking character, your support looking character, and it had that Destiny like feel. You know, all of them was kind of the same but different. Same thing, different aesthetic looking, but like it had that look. It just looked like it could have been iconic, or at least very like likable to a degree, like Destiny, Halo, all of them. But like Jesus Christ, the functionality was total dog water. It was horrendous.
Hearing from their accounts without a trace. In addition, the crypto scam narrative was beginning to completely take over. The fact that there were still so many bugs in the game was evidence that Starlight Revolver wasn't the company's main priority. There had to be something else going on behind the scenes. This conspiracy, whether it was true or not.
Well, it was not technically. It was an exoskeleton. Sorry, let me use a different word. It was an you know, Iron Man suits. Shit. They were like Iron Man suits. So it was really cool. Like, they looked really cool, especially if I think you can take off the Iron Man suit. Like, I'm going to say Iron Man suit, but you know, exoskeletons. There we go. It was literally an exoskeleton type suit. I like those. I don't know. If I had to choose between a Gundam or an exoskeleton suit, I'm kind of in the weird mix between the two. Because I was always wanting my own Gundam. Like from, like, G Gundam or, like, Gundam Wing, or maybe not the Mikazuki type Gundam, not the Barbatos, because you have to be like a somewhat new type, and you have to get the surgery, and you gotta put a thing in your back, and it's horrendous, and I think that stunts your growth or some shit. Nah, I like the look of Barbatos. I like his look, especially his custom made looks from like Gunpla stuff. That is a good question. Dang, a Gundam would be cool, but what we'll do with this is a good question. That's a good question. I don't know. I would love the idea that I have a Gundam in the back, like in my shed or something. That's not shed, but not big enough shed, but like a shed sitting back there. Like, keep the devil Gundam away. So I always found it so cool to have like a Gundam in the back, even if you don't technically use it. The fact that you know you have one makes you feel fucking awesome. It is insane. Like I love the fact that you can just have a giant robot in your back in your barn or some shit, and you just look at it. It looks so cool. Oh, okay, B. Later, bro. But like I always thought that was super cool to have, like a fucking Gundam. Or I guess I'll have the Gundam in the barn and then this exoskeleton next to it. Or I think it'll be really cool to combine them both, kind of like what Iron Man did with the Buster suit. You have the Iron Man suit, and then he puts on the Buster suit, so they both don't seem so like useless to each other. I believe so. I think they have said that. I believe said. I think yes, they're nuclear powered, if I remember right, or something like that. I don't think all the Gundams throughout the series, all the different series, but I think some of them are. Yeah.
led to very few people actually trying the game out for themselves. It felt really similar to Highguard, where the internet ripped so hard into Starlight Revolver before it had launched that no one was willing to spend money to actually try the game when it entered early access. Despite all of the social media push that they put out for the game launched to an abysmal 499 concurrent players. We can't
Wait, which Gundam?
even say that the game received poor reviews because not enough players tried the game out to leave reviews. There's almost no accounting for this bad of a flop. Over the next few weeks, the player count never got any higher. In November 2025, just 3 months after launch, Paddle Labs announced major cuts. The studio laid off half its team, moved to working fully remote, and confirmed that Starlight Revolver would stop receiving major updates. Multiplayer servers were scheduled to
I guess not all Gundams have a nuclear powered core in it, because remember when Zero blew up the Gundam with himself in it? You know what I'm saying, like, that should have been insta-kill, but I guess he survived it.
shut down in early December, turning the game into a single-player offline title. And all cosmetics were unlocked for existing owners as a half-hearted, sorry for wasting your time.
We've tried nothing and we're all out of ideas.
The final blow came in February 2026, when Paddle Labs announced it was shutting down completely. Daniel Zhou announced that the game had not achieved the commercial success needed to continue development. The studio failed to secure additional funding, surprise surprise, and player numbers continued to decline. As a result, all ongoing projects, including their next game,
He not only lived, he still had his limbs together. That was crazy.
Edge of Divinity, were cancelled. And the team released the Edge of Divinity demo for free as a final gesture. Starlight Revolver is a very interesting case study. $17.5 million is no small sum of money. The question is, where did it all go? Daniel claims that a big portion went towards salaries, hosting servers, and of course, developing the game. Starlight Revolver also had a huge marketing push, hosting in-person collaborations with creators like Iron Mouse and Sea-Dog VA, and as mentioned, they had a bunch of songs made from Iris from Hollow EN, Sarah Benito, Lily Pichu, and others. But apart from the game, what happened to that UGC platform? No assets or tools were ever released to the public, there have been no announcements about open sourcing the code, selling the IP, or handing the project off to another team, and it seems like the dream of an anime Roblox that so many investors put their faith into simply died with the company. It's still unclear why Starlight Revolver failed so spectacularly. 100,000 wishlists is no small feat, yet less than 1% of those even tried the game out when it finally launched. Many believe the negative press leading up to the game's release deterred players from even trying it. As well, the game had a $20 price tag, while other games like Genshin Impact are free to play. Getting players in the door and hooked could have saved Starlight Revolver, but launching with a $20 price tag, as well as in-game cosmetics, felt like it just wasn't worth people's time. At the end of the day, we'll never know for certain what could have been.
Oh shit, you try to sell the game with $20 and then expect people to spend more money on the skins? Are you crazy? Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? That's a dumbass idea. You always let people have the game for free, and then they'll pay for it in-game with skins. I think that's a fair trade. I get a whole game for free, and all I have to do is pay, like, what, $3, $5 for a fucking skin? Like, 2 or 3 skins, and I still get to play the free game? So, like, say you like 3, you like 3 different skins. Each one is like, what, $5, 5, 10, 15. You paid $15. That's still less of the $20 price point you put in. Maybe that's as many as you put in. Maybe that's as many skins you get. That's fair enough. Like, at least Genshin is a giant GTA game. Like, if you download Genshin now, you're getting a fucking huge game. This is without even buying shit. The game's huge. I stopped playing it because it was too goddamn big and too much shit to do. Not shit to do, but like it's a lot of grinding. Let's put it that way. Especially if you're not paying. Holy shit. And I'm not paying. So I was like, this is the type of game you gotta start from the beginning with when it comes out, and then gradually grow with it. This is not well, you can still play the game if you decide to like download it now. But if you really like that anime aesthetic, the way it looks, the way it sounds, if you really enjoy the way it looks, then it's for you. But like something like Genshin, I don't know. I don't think a lot of players will play now. This is why I get annoyed when they ask me to do like a Genshin Impact sponsorship and they want to pay me for it. But like they're saying, well, we want you to play our game, but we want you to get new players. Fuck no, dude. Your game is like almost like decade old. Why the fuck would I want to get new players that people are already familiar with? Everyone knows what Genshin Impact is. That's like me trying to force people to play Fortnite for the very first time. There's no reason for me to convince you to play Fortnite. Honestly, there's everything and anything in that fucking game. There's like every IP is in that game. I don't even know why you even call it Fortnite. We should call it IP influencer of the game. Like that's literally what it is. Or IP buy royale. Like the game is not even Fortnite. It's literally a bunch of brands in a video game. It's brand the game. That's literally what it is. And if that's not enough to convince you to buy the game, what the fuck can I tell you? Like honestly. The only thing I can tell you that's great about Fortnite is that they didn't make the building aspect the only and final thing. They gave you no build mode because I think a lot of people I appreciate no build mode. I hate all that shit building. That shit's pissed me off. Because not like the game's already bullshit in the fighting alone by itself, but with that building aspect pisses me off by itself. I can't do that shit. And yes, you can call it unk status. You can say I'm fucking old. You can say what you want. I ain't playing that game to build. I came in that game to put a gun in your face and then dance on your corpse. That's it. You ain't doing that, I ain't building shit. I'm no Amish man. Fuck you. So, it is what it is. So, I don't know. I hate that. I would like it better if they told content creators, okay, we're going to pay you to play this game for a certain amount of time, but you have to get a bunch of old players to to click your link to get part of the whatever in-game campaign we're doing to retain them. That makes more sense, right? Why get new players, which is stupid because most of these streaming platforms, these we call it like these stream platforms, these free to play games, they're going to hit a cap. You can't get every fucking person to play your game, right? You cannot do it. It's impossible for every person to be playing your game on this planet, right? So it's best to retain the people who are supporting the game already. That makes more sense. I'd rather have 10 people who support me every month than try to get 200,000 people and most of them don't want to do jack shit. And then make myself miserable. That makes no sense. I'd rather just keep the people who actually support me, loves my aesthetic, and wants to keep the whole shit going. Keeps the lights on. And I'm saying, nah. I never understand that logic. Get a bunch of new people to play a game that's been around for 10 plus years. Everyone knows what this game is. It's not like it's a brand new game. I get that. But Jesus Christ. Your game makes $100,000 per month. Why the fuck? What do I do as a small creator that you're trying to pay at the minimum going to do to convince you to play your fucking free game? The game's free. If that's not enough for you to play the goddamn game, you can go screw off.
All we know is that money can't buy you happiness, and it certainly doesn't guarantee a successful game.
Well, this was an insight. I enjoyed this one. This was a good video. Good video. Good video. I'd actually like this. Industry Mog, the Industry Lab XPPen Gaming. Let me see. Alright, so with that said, like, subscribe, share, follow, comment. Who guys enjoyed this? Please follow Archshun. Yeah, next video. Thank you for Archshun for this video, and if you guys enjoyed this, hit the like and all that great stuff. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Alright, okay, we're gonna do a Monty video. Monty, he dropped a video like 2 hours ago. And it was about anime, like always. So what is this video about? Let's see. Alright, so this is from Monte Sensei. And he has 12K subscribers for those who don't know. It says here, Karens are now coming for anime and Japan. Oh no, Karens are coming for anime Japan. So this is like a warning. He posted this 3 hours ago, so we're gonna see what it's about, see where this goes, and see what he says. I'm pretty sure he's gonna say the typical things that make sense. So Hold on to your butts.
Have to deconstruct this limiting narrative that our boys have been fed.
I've given our boys dolls, even if they tear the head off. If I'm reading a book and the protagonist is a male, I just change the he to a she. Because I want them to...
Wow. That's evil. That is evil. That is evil. That's evil.
See that women can be the center of a story.
Why? Why do you have to force that on them? Why? Why did they have to... Most men don't give a flying fuck about that at all. They don't give a shit. Like, let's put it this way. Over the years of, like, say, the PlayStation era, a lot of dudes played a bunch of women that was in main roles, from Lara Croft, well, I'll say Lara Croft, also, what do you call it, Nintendo's one for Aaron Samus, or Samus Aran, I think that's how it's called. There's Bayonetta. There's wait, what's that one chick? What's her name? Oh my god, it's flipping my mind. Holy shit, what's her name? Oh my god, I'm getting a blank. You know the game, but you can't say the person's name?
That women matter. We're recognizing what it is to ultimately deconstruct all these gender roles and ultimately be human. And
when it comes to entertainment, specifically what guys find entertaining, Karens and feminists have always been a blight.
Rubs the temples like rub it. I think you're talking about the meme.
To society,
let me get it
the
up.
ultimate buzzkill, acting like a vacuum, sucking the fun out of the room. This goes for Mortal Kombat in the 90s.
Here it is, Bob, behind me. It's called Mortal Kombat. We're going to talk to Aaron Brandis here about the game. Aaron, how does it work?
Fatalities are just what happens if you're really brutal to your opponent.
Sounds like a pretty thrilling game, and this is the kind of violence that...
Okay, sorry about that. So we have, what's her face from Mirror's Edge? I forgot about that. That was it. Mirror's Edge. We also have, Shell. I think it was Shell. Her name was Shell. Shell from, Portal. Oh my god. We have fucking, what's her name? Fuck. Clementine from, Telltale's games, Walking Dead. Shit, I have to go and actually write this up because my brain is not working. Shit. Faith. They're in Faith from Mirror's Edge. I guess you can count this as a female protagonist, but this is more of a player's choice. You can say Shepard from Mass Effect, but that can be neither man or woman. That's really up to you per se. I'm saying, like, it kind of makes sense. We also have, what's her name, from Nier Automata, 2B. There's so many different females. You can type, there's fucking... Wait, which one what are you waiting for? What do you call it? Oh, for God. There's Kasumi from Dead or Alive series. I think she's the main character, if I remember right. I think it's more centered around her, right? I think she's the actual main character. Everyone else is just kind of like there. Yeah, Kane from Nier. She's not technically the main character, but she's one of the main characters. Is Tifa from Final Fantasy VII. She's one of the main cast, like top 3 people in the show, in the game. There's Chun-Li. Correct. For Chell. I have to say her name. That's the thing. I always say it wrong. And then you guys, I guess that you can count this as well. I don't know if it did well per se, like sales wise, but the chick from or the main character's daughter, now she's the main character from Hades 2. I think it's the main character's daughter. She's now the main character. Or what's that, Space News 11? Is this Space News 11? That dancing game for the Dreamcast. You guys know what I'm talking about. She's the main character, and that was back in like the early 90s. So
that critics are pretty worried about. How do you feel about cutting his head off? One, a horrifying possibility for parents who can't believe the game makers are fantasizing about decapitation.
That's pretty bad. That's just plain gross.
In fact, Mortal Kombat so shocked the managers at a nationwide arcade chain that they tried a sanitized version of the game. Instead of chopping the opponent's head off, he simply disappears. Sales dropped 40%.
They came up and said, what'd you do to the game? It's no fun anymore. A video game is a video game.
The bottom line, parents wonder if kids can separate fantasy from the real thing.
Also, claiming James Bond, the character, is misogynistic, you know, the go-to word to label any man in today's world that even dares to step outside and breathe air.
Welcome to my home.
The reason why any male cater to property has been turned inside out. Even the Boy Scouts being turned into the American Scouts, allowing girls in, but when it comes to the Girl Scouts, it remains the Girl Scouts only allowing girls in. And now the Karens
See how crazy that is? Why the fuck are you putting girls in the Boy Scouts? What does that benefit you? Just stay with the fucking Girl Scouts. Just go over there. Segregate your punk ass over there. Why the fuck do you need to put girls in the Boy Scouts? And then call it the American Scouts. What the fuck? Why can't you have them segregated? Oh, because it's not inclusive? Then put the ones who think they're a girl in the Girl Scouts. Let that ride out and see how that goes. Like that, you see what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying? Right, take the ones who think they're a girl, put them in there. Yeah, they're just gonna lie. Why are you pushing that? Like, I'm saying, like, it doesn't make sense. Better yet, how about this? Take the Girl Scouts and put all your inclusivities over there. And keep the Boy Scouts and keep them separate from there. So you can have your Girl Scouts and keep your inclusivity in there. You can have whatever you want in there. You can still call it the Girl Scouts. You just say Girl Scouts inclusive. If you want to do that. But keep Boy Scouts over there. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure no boy actually voted for this, or any man with a brain didn't vote for that at all. That was forced upon them by probably government push or some shit.
Have a new focus, which is Japanese media, but due to the cultural, geographical, and language barrier, it's much harder for them to penetrate to inject their activism and ideology. But even still, these witches will go to huge lengths to make sure the world bends to their activist ways.
The boys learn, PT says the boys learn more intuitive things like trying knots and hunting and fishing. Hey! You know what? You know, I always kind of notice... Penetrate, you say. I noticed that. With boys, they're always doing, like, hunting type stuff. With girls, they're always, like, selling you cookies. Isn't that the stereotype, I think? I think that's a stereotype. I'm not sure.
A group of Western academics traveled to a symposium in Japan to complain that series like Demon Slayer are too violent and unpleasant for their audience. Canadian professor Sherilyn Orbow, whatever, criticized the Japanese industry for allowing these works to be broadcast during family viewing hours. According to her report, Japanese content is so problematic under North America's strict standards that they are forced to restrict it with 18+ ratings to protect their audience. The audacity and entitlement of foreign activists has truly risen to new levels. Now,
honestly, I heard a word of those cookies having unsafe stuff in them. What unsafe stuff is in the cookies? Did you read about the post about ReZero's Arthur mother? What happened? They got sick?
Not only are they trying to apply their arbitrary and contradictory activist standards upon their own countries, but now working to impose them on other countries, dictating how their own entertainment should be held and conducted. Is Japanese anime violent and unpleasant? A symposium exploring it from a gender perspective. That's a red flag. The symposium explored how changes in Japan's attitudes towards sex, sexuality, and gender roles have manifested in anime characters. If it's one thing feminists...
She saw the new... Wait, so the mother saw the new episode of the anime and called him the devil? What the fuck happened in the video? So wait, she was supportive of the anime before and she saw like one thing she didn't like and call him the devil?
Hate is when males act masculine and when females act feminine, while vice versa, the opposite will always be celebrated and encouraged. Works such as Demon Slayer, which are broadcast in Japan during times when children can watch them, are prohibited for viewers under 18 in some countries due to sexual content, violent scenes, etc. This was reported by Professor Sherilyn Ober of the University.
Was it that bad? Oh, it was that bad? Like, was she saying ironically, like in a joking manner, or she was like, "You are the devil, like I hate you" type shit?
British Columbia in Canada. No surprise there. The portrayal of queer sexual minority characters was perceived as violent and offensive by Canadian students who conducted a survey. Then there's
I don't want to hear nothing about no fucking Canadian telling me anything. I'm dead serious. I don't sound no. I don't want to hear nothing about their fucking no.
Group of feminist Karen professors discuss how the magical girl genre has progressed from the women characters being inferior, needing to use magic to fight against the injustices caused by
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
men. And I thought that was funny how they worded that. It's not just villains or evil itself, but it's against men specifically, as they said. As if men are inherently evil, which is no surprise coming from these types. You know, when I read or watch any story, not just anime, that happens to have a villain that's a woman, I don't view it as women are evil causing injustice.
Yeah, I never saw it that way. I have never seen that, like, I never seen it that way. I never seen where when I see a female villain, I just I perceive them as all women are evil type shit. I just see it as a villain in front of me, or like as a obstacle. I never looked at like a female like villain and be like, I'm going to project this evil villain on people I know in my life, or people I know that people I've heard that is evil, right? Yeah, damn it, like okay. I guess the only real villain, and I think in anime you can kind of perceive in real life that you can literally like project on, is that one villain from we call it Rise of the Shield Hero or something like that, where she accused them of being assaulting her when it never happened, which that has happened to many men in the world. That is something that is more real life and close to home than anything. Right? So that is probably the only true villain that you can project on and be like, that has happened to someone either you known or heard of, someone famous or something to that degree. Yeah, she's straight evil. Like that right there, I can say that's the only time you can project, because it was such a, I don't think anyone was seeing that coming. Like it when they first saw it. Right? You can't defend it. So like it's wild, or so, because like I don't know, it was just a weird thing. Like when I first watched it and I saw the premise of what happens within that, I was like, oh my god, I felt attacked. Yeah, all four of us will be friends with it, pretty much. I can believe it. But like every other villain outside of that, like who's typically like evil as like all for one, I don't see them as like someone I know. I just see them as an obstacle for the hero, and that's it. Like I'm playing a video game. I just need to get past this level. That's how I look at it, right? So
to see it as a representation of evil itself being manifested, regardless of man or woman committing them. But when you're ideologically captured, like a religious cult, low resolution thinking is default, maybe causing a drop in IQ points because of it.
What do you think the average IQ of this group is, huh? Certain linguistic anthropologists think that religion is a language virus that rewrites pathways in the brain, dulls critical thinking.
The irony of those who are quick to spout colonization are the first ones to be guilty of it. These Karens most likely lack children, so instead, they try to be the parents of society, making everything safe.
Oh yeah, Jordan Lee Peterson said that. He said most of these are childish women who are replacing their, I don't know how true that is. Is it maternal? Their maternal instincts onto everyone else, given that they're trying to find a problem in something that doesn't involve them, or some shit like that. I don't know, like he said something to that factor.
Sanitizing anything that can be deemed offensive, which I might add again, mainly damn near only applies to males' interests. And the results, it only leads to an infantilized society, keeping everyone in a childlike state of mind. Generations being raised like the bubble boy, but instead mentally protected from anything that can be deemed offensive, only making society weaker, more frail and fragile, easier to break, where Demon Slayer of all anime is seen as too much for kids in their eyes. We used to suffer from prolonged adolescence, but now we suffer from prolonged childhood. These Karens have successfully sanitized every piece of mainstream Western entertainment, with pushback thankfully coming from the independent market that they now have to do the same to anime, a foreign market, working to change it at its inception level. Take a look at this clip of Gavin Newsom's wife discussing how boys need to be fixed from, I think, like 8 years ago. That really sums up this Karen mentality very well.
We really have to deconstruct this limiting narrative that our boys have been fed. It's up to us to help boys stay connected, keep their heads connected to their hearts, not repress their emotions. It's up to us to raise and socialize our boys as human beings. So having dialogue.
You girls are something fuck else. When a man does that very thing, you demonize the shit out of him. BT says, parent your own children, not everyone else's children that outside of your family. Are you ruining everything and do it? Yep, you're correct. You're correct. Baz love the answer.
Blogs with them about what they're consuming, whether it's in advertising, the media, video games, especially violent video games, is if we can support enough young boys in staying true to who they authentically are, staying true to their empathic natural beings.
Right, which sometimes is sensitive and vulnerable.
The Bible's violent. You gotta ban that too. Are you gonna ban the Bible too? Because if you're gonna ban any video games, you should ban the Bible. Which I don't want that to happen, don't get me wrong. But like, you're going to sanitize everything and not teach them anything. They're not going to teach them outside of what can be. Are you gonna ban hunting? Are you gonna ban them from like? They said not for them to repress their emotions, but they don't. They're trying to repress their instincts. That's what they want to do. So when they say they want to repress, they don't want them to repress their emotions. What they want you to be is a bitch, but don't have nothing to show you. Go pen talking to trees. It's weird. They want their boys to be a bitch. They want to bitch and like cry and stuff like that. That's what they want them to do. But they don't want them to have like anger. Which anger is actually more needed than you think. Now, it depends how you use that anger, that's the point. But they want to repress you to have no anger and just have happy and sad. That's it. You can't have anything outside of that. They just want to repress your instincts as a man.
And a lot of things that conditioning.
Oh, and use your pattern recognition skills. They definitely hate it when you can, put 2 to 2 together.
Doesn't provide a lot of welcoming space for.
It's crazy how when boys actually act like boys, it's seen as some type of glitch occurring, like a malfunction. Like boys are treated like defected girls, being taught that their natural boy instincts is somehow evil.
There it is. See, I told you. Bro, I have not seen this. This was posted 3 hours ago. I just saw this. Thank you, Monty. Thank you, Monty. I just said it. You have the ability to set stupid is good. See, I'm saying like anger is needed and can be controlled. So, I'm saying like, oh my god. I have not seen this video, and he just said it right after I did.
I've given our boys dolls, even if they tear the head off. I've given them dolls to learn.
Why? Why the fuck would you do that? Yeah, I'm definitely going to put that in a vid.
Learn that care and caregiving is not just an activity that's reserved for women, but that it's also an activity that is a responsibility of men.
Didn't you bitches say that men don't have fraternal feelings and fraternal feelings like women do? Didn't you bitches say that same exact thing when they was playing Pragmata? You girls made a whole article on that shit, saying feminists said that men doesn't have the same what What? They don't have the same fraternal feelings like women does. Yeah, just give him an action figure. Give him a He-Man. Give him like a Skeletor. Give him a what do you call it? A Gojo. A Goku. You know what I'm saying? Give him Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Come on, give him Spider-Man. Spider-Man's a perfect thing they can learn from. I think of every superhero, of every Western superhero, I think Spider-Man is the perfect example of self-sacrifice and knowing to do the right thing even when you know you don't want to. Spider-Man is a perfect example of showing what self-sacrifice looks like. When doing the right thing is more important than being selfish. That's literally what Spider-Man stands for, bro. Peter has a backbone, right? I believe, to be honest, this might be a hot take for someone going to hear this. I believe Spider-Man's way better than Superman. Like, as a person. You know what I'm saying? No, I never really liked MJ either. I really didn't. I think Gwen Stacy's probably better. But then again, I heard that one comic where she cheats on him with Osborn. That was insane. Yes, like, I believe as a person, I'm not talking about power scaling. I'm not talking about that shit. I'm talking about as a person. Peter isn't a perfect person. There's many times he has fucked up, made stupid choices, and stuff like that. Yes, but I think the reason I'm putting Spider-Man is better as Superman based as a person, because Spider-Man's on that grounded level that he's still a man. He's not a godlike figure, right? But I'm not saying that's a bad thing for Superman, because like Superman still has to play. He has to treat everyone like they're cardboard, right? Great examples of self-control, right? So Superman has to have self-control on his physical strength most cases, and I guess his anger. Oh, what's the example that you have? Plus, he's human, right? That's mainly where it is, right? And this is where I would say, in some sense, I would say where Goku is probably better than Superman in this aspect is because what makes Goku relatable on a physical sense than Superman is that you constantly see Goku, Vegeta, and the rest of the Z fighters training, working out, practicing. You never see Superman do a push-up. If you saw this man do a push-up, he's literally getting up by getting punched. That's the closest thing. Yes, because like with Superman, he's born as a god. Like I think that one Superman movie called Superman All-Star, where he's like testing his strength because he's dying from cancer or something, some type of like a Superman cancer. And he's like, I think at the beginning of the movie, he's like holding up this weight that's pushing against him. That's like, it's like some high weight, some insane weight that's not like, hard for him to hold up as a test. And I think in that test, he's trying to figure out, or he's figuring out that he's getting stronger, but he's getting weaker at the same time. He's getting stronger in strength every day for no reason, but he's getting sicker from it. Yes, like Lex Luthor was disappointed that he was the cause of it. I think after Superman died, I think Lex Luthor looked within himself and said, "Oh my God, we need Superman," type shit. Like I think this is the movie where Lex Luthor actually made the mistake that Superman wasn't needed or something like that. But we're going off track. The point is that I believe that Spider-Man is probably the best superhero of all time when it comes to being human. And I know Batman exists, he doesn't have powers, but Batman is a godlike person when it comes to discipline. He has a John Wick sense of like discipline, like that is like no one that I don't think a lot of people can relate to. It is very admirable, don't get me wrong. But I don't think like Batman is as cutthroat discipline as a robot, bro. Right? That's pretty much what he said, like to a degree. In the most wholesome way possible. But But I think Spider-Man is just way more relatable than every other superhero that Western superhero has came across. Not saying they're not likable, not saying they don't have relatable stories. I just think he's the most relatable. I think anyone can agree with me on that. I think majority of most people agree with me on that. Yeah, he's a master of it, and he's a dude who had money, and he used his wealth to like go to like these foreign countries to get better at being disciplined and stuff. Like Peter didn't have that. Peter just had his uncle and his aunt at the time when his uncle was alive. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I'm saying? Power corrupts. So like someone like Peter, at the young of how young he was when he got his powers, could corrupt the shit out of him, and he didn't let that happen after seeing his Uncle Ben die. You know what I'm saying?
What I've done with both my daughters and my sons is if I'm reading a book and the protagonist is a male, I just change the he to a she.
Why? So, for both of them? That's bullshit. Why would you do that? Why would you blatantly pick a story that involves a man? Just pick one with a girl in it. That is evil. I imagine a man turns this around. Let's just change the talking points. A dude has both his daughters and his sons, and whenever he reads a book that has a female protagonist, he changes it to a male. The fuck? One could say it was a canon effect.
I want them to see that women can be the center of a story.
That is evil, and that's delusional. You're outright lying to them for the sake of your agenda is evil. Just pick a book with a woman in it. I don't think any boy is gonna complain when it starts normal as it ends normal. I mean, like, it starts with a chick and it ends with the chick, right? In most cases, they don't even write women to die at the end of the movie, and in most movies, and majority of all movies and stories. Yeah, PT says that that's degrading in the fact that guys are insignificant and being capable of doing the impossible. Right? Write your own damn book. Why are you purposely taking a book and just changing it for? That's evil. But imagine if a dude did that. He'll get booed off. That's insane. They don't want their kids to live in a fantasy world, but they're doing everything to make them live in a fantasy world.
That women matter. We're recognizing what it is to ultimately deconstruct all these gender roles and ultimately be human.
And then we wonder why there's such a boy crisis occurring, where thankfully anime has male heroes that boys can look up to, like Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, which is why anime is being sought out now more than ever over Western media.
Boys, we all know, I think, or increasingly are realizing that boys are moving away from sort of the more progressive boys that spend time online are moving a little bit, I'm trying not to be political here, but are moving to the right.
She's not trying to be political, but she's saying, wait, once you mention progressivism,
and being sort of influenced by the Andrew Tates and some of that sort of alt-right socialization online that we know is very, very dangerous. My husband and I were alarmed when our kids were watching sports online and my son knew about Andrew Tate.
Wow, he knows a person. He knows a celebrity that everyone knows. Would you be mad if he knew who Hitler was? Are you mad that he knows who the devil is? Like, what the fuck? Like, okay, he knows who Andrew Tate is. Are you gonna be mad he knows who 50 Cent is too? But you probably have no problem if he knew Nija Sarkeesian. Like, bro, imagine she's mad that she knows who. Imagine she's mad that she knows who he knows is Andrew Tate, but she won't have no issue. She knows who Anija Sarkeesian is, or the bitch from fucking what's that fuck, what do they call it? Sweet Baby Inc., the CEO, or the bitch from what do you call it? Indiana Jones 5. Like, are you kidding me? Oh my god. Yeah, Mr. Krabs. Yeah, he's gonna tell you hate Mr. Krabs. he knows Mr. Krabs.
And thought he was pretty cool, and thought that his Republican grandfather, who's not a Trumper but a fiscal conservative, thought that my father would like Andrew Tate. So that's scary. We're like one of the most progressive households, and our son is confused and asking all these questions.
But real quick, since Demon Slayer has been the target for these feminists, it's only right I dedicate this video sketch to the beautiful, feminine, pleasant, always smiling Mitsuri. Now for this, I did want to challenge myself to meet the level of detail this sketch required, but something I won't do in the future is to fit drawing it all in one.
Is this his drawing? Let's go, Monty. Let's go. Let's go, Monty. You're doing a great job. At least he put he did a great job with the he tried his best to do with the depth perception. He got it right. He got the concept right. Far away means small, big means close. So he's getting concepts down. Structure's needs a lot more work, but he got the idea down. Once you get the idea down, then all you need to do is just focus on the structure. Let's go. Let's go, Monty. Feel proud about yourself, bud. That's a great job. See. We like anime. We're not saying evil things to each other as men. We're perfectly fine as men. This is what anime has taught us, to support one another and be honest. That's awesome. Like, see how I'm honest? It needs more work. It needs more, construction-wise, but he'll get it. But he did get the concept right. Should I lie to him and say it's perfect in every way? No, it's not perfect in every way, but it's great. He did a great job. I can know who it is. I know what it looks like. I have an idea what he's trying to do. No, that bitch wants you to lie to yourself. She wants to lie to yourself. Okay. Great job, though. He did mention to yourself. Okay, that's cool. This is awesome. I hope if he ever sees this, if he decides to see this video when I edit this, he does a great job. Be proud of yourself, bud.
One setting when time is of the essence. I started to rush to get this done right before last night's stream after work, and it's clear to me why I did start rushing compared to other parts of the sketch, and where I decided to spend more of my focus to make sure to capture the essence of Mitsuri, let's say. But in the era where activists are demonizing Demon Slayer, criticizing women characters for being feminine, I just had to showcase and celebrate one of my favorites of Demon Slayer and top tier waifus, period, because fandom must always be louder than the haters or fake fans. And also, shout out to everyone who shared their sketch with me. We had a great stream last night and Tuesday, and I always enjoy viewing what you all have to share with me. Feel free, if you're an artist yourself, to check out the many products I tagged in this video. But if not, I always appreciate the love regardless. Now back to the video. This push towards neutering boys, males, period, is something these types will damn near never give up on. They won't stop at any point to make sure any piece of media will be stripped of inspirational male heroes, and anime is just the next on the chopping block. Also trying to rid the world of anything males find attractive, which is why fan service or anything resembling feminine beauty in the slightest must be rid of. And if any man chooses to embrace anything representing that, they must be done away with. For instance, check out this clip which talks about the feminization of society and how it has actually destroyed society and men.
So when people come to me and say, what have been the negative effects of the great feminization, that if you've got HR ladies planted in every single institution and who see it as their mission to get rid of exactly that maverick type of personality, there's so much innovation that we're missing out on, but we don't know what would have been. One of the cancellation.
Good woman. If she's honest of what she's saying, then she's a good lady. She's being honest. Get rid of those fucking HR bitches. They need to go.
That affected me very emotionally, very deeply, was, I can't remember the guy's name, but he was the astronomer or astrophysicist who had just landed a satellite on a comet or something really impressive like that. But but he was wearing the t-shirt with the scantily clad ladies on it. It was like a bowling t-shirt.
I remember this.
Yeah, and somebody said, oh no, he's got scantily clad women on his t-shirt, and they put him through a struggle session for disrespecting women. And I was thinking, this guy just landed a satellite on a comet. Focus on that. He's so impressive, and you're putting him through this horrible public shaming.
Yeah, because they can't do anything. So it's like this. Because the person's successful and has some form of status or some type of expertise that a lot of people can't do, they look for any chink in the armor of anything, even if it's so irrelevant of what they do or what they're about. They like, so you could be a neurosurgeon, right? A neurosurgeon who's been studying the brain for probably 16 plus years, right? You could be like top surgeon. You know what you're doing. You know what you're talking about. You can name virtually everything in the brain, from the brain all the way down to the feet, and you know their names and stuff like that, right? And you're giving all types of information, all types of wisdom, all types of like expertise on what you know that is not only valuable to like most institutions and stuff like that, but just in general is impressive, right? But because you're wearing that one anime shirt with that one scantily clad character, or let's not even say it's a scantily clad character. Let's just say it's an anime that has a lot of violence. So like he's wearing, I don't know, say like a Berserk shirt, and it says Berserk. It doesn't have no violence. It doesn't even have the main character. He just has a shirt, jersey saying Berserk, right? The fact that they can even identify what that is, they're gonna say this guy's crazy, or he's about insane things that happens to women, which something does happen to a woman in that, and something happens to the main character at a very young age that is horrendous. But like, because it has those things, he's not talking about those things. He just put on a pretty much an IP shirt. Therefore, they're going to use that against him as if he said something heinous. He asked for the death of a certain amount of people, or he asked for the death of children, or something to that degree. That's the problem there. And because the vocal minority is so insane and willing to go down that extreme path, they will not. So if there's like 100 people and there's 20 out of that 100 is making a shit stain of a problem, the other 80 will cow down to the 20, because they know that the 20, or at least 5 out of the 20, is so radicalized to the point that they will take it to a level that will be violent or just outright unnecessary. So instead of just, dealing with those individuals as you should, just because the 80% doesn't want any confrontation and likes to keep the peace, they will just kowtow to them. This is like those situations where they have like a father, like this is what I call Disney dad behavior, where the Disney dad is never taken seriously at all, and the mom is always the main authority or the smart one in the situation. And then when the dad is actually trying to be like serious, it's only when something horrendous happens where the dad actually has to step in. But when the dad's actually being serious in much smaller cases, we laugh him off or don't take him as serious. So by the time the 80% actually takes the literal 5 in that 20 serious, and then want to say, you can't do that, they call them names and lose their whole shit, saying, see, you're bullying me, you're oppressing me, you've always been oppressing me, when the entire time I've been getting my way since Jump Street. But because you gave me that chance to get away with it, even the inkling of you telling me what not to do and what not to think and X, Y, and Z, when you know that what I'm saying is insane, you are the problem. And then somehow the 80% will fall in this weird symptomatic situation where they'll literally simp for that 5%, and instead of fully punishing them, they'll give them a half a punishment, or like a 25% punishment, or something like that. It's like, it's equivalent of like having like your little brother and or sister, or like your little sibling, who is a piece of shit, but because mom and dad won't listen to you, you have to carry them along everywhere you go. Yeah, if you say that, like, if you're pressing me, it would be a waste of valuable time. Like, if you say that, then you disregard their whole existence, and then they'll say, if you don't let me, I'll off myself. They say, yes, they say, that's what a loyal husband to them is a moron slave. Yeah, they have. Yes, then they have. Yes. Then they complain when they have enough and they break up with them. Yeah, or they say they changed, or something like that. So they originally got with him when he was in his center or in his purpose, and then when he actually turns his purpose and makes his purpose and center about them or revolve around them more than he should, that's when they gain the ick from him. It's insane. Yeah, that's a you problem then. Yep.
But that's the way wokeness works.
It's about power. It's about power. Wokeness is just a It's not about having a black person in a franchise or something. It's about authoritative powers, the Marxist nonsense in it. So
and register to these people that this guy has done something deeply scientifically impressive, that he might be a singular human being. For all you know, he might be the only person on the planet who could have done that. And all you care about is the shirt he's wearing.
This is a perfect example of what I mean when I mention the AMT, activist-minded types. The fact that this man has achieved a scientific accomplishment means nothing to the current feminists. They've only been conditioned to view the world through an activist lens. Men bad, evil, and whatever men like must be torn down. This man wearing a shirt of a bunch of baddies, shout out to him, was the sole focus for the feminists. Even if this man cured cancer, solved world hunger, achieve life sustainability on other planets, doesn't matter at all to the HR Karen. They serve as a roadblock to any true progression in life that could better humanity. By him wearing a shirt of attractive women deems him to be put through a struggle session, only to neuter him, guilt trip him, suppress any type of male interests he may have, and make him a slave to the Karen activist sensibilities. It's like they want every boy, male adolescent, and man to be treated like Jack Nicholson in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, to be lobotomized, having no agency if they dare act out of line, which to them means acting feminine at all times, repressing any masculine urge they might have, which is why anime has become their next.
The irony on that, the majority of those women end up marrying men who have those exact traits, or not even marrying, desiring those men with those exact traits. Like, the irony in that as well is look at their sex novels. Excuse me. Look at their sex novels. Majority of their dark fantasy sex novels are those exact things that they have an issue with. Majority of them are taking dark novels where they're either being horrendously disrespected as a woman, or they're being fucked by some minotaur mystical creature thing, or something like that. Some bestiality, half-breed type, man head, minotaur, snake, whatever the fuck it could be, type shit. Sex notes. The sex note. That probably would sell. I'm dead serious. If there was like a death note but a sex note version. There's a video about that. What? The sex note thing? It got strange. The sex note thing or the Minotaur thing? Because I know the Shoe on Head did a video on that. I think we did a video on that.
Next target. But that's all I have for this video. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. The over-coddling and fanalization of the Western mind has gotten so bad that I recently saw this post. Shout out to Packer Girl. Should I watch Chainsaw Man? Help. I've been wanting to start watching this anime for months, but I'm too hesitant. I'm very uncomfortable with sexual or suggestive heterosexual scenes, especially if the male character involved is cocky, not serious.
Why? Why? Why does that make you feel uncomfortable? You're watching an anime. It cannot touch you. Like, I get that there's people who have PTSD or whatever the fuck, but you have to come to a realization that you're not in the room. You're not in the room. You're not in that world. Very great video. But, like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Actually, don't watch anything. Like, Jesus, like, what do you watch? You know what? Should you watch Chainsaw Man? No, go watch My Little Pony. Actually, go watch Winnie Hot Juniors. I'm pretty sure that exists somewhere. Winnie Hut Juniors. Why watch? Wait, you have a problem with that? Wait, she said she has a problem with sex. Like, let me see. Problem with suggestive scenes and main character. Then what anime are you watching? Well, mainstream wise. I don't. Just go watch Dragon Ball. Actually, no. Go watch Dragon Ball Kai. Specifically that one. Don't watch Dragon Ball Z. Go watch Dragon Ball Z Kai. I guess. Maybe violent scare. Well, how does the subjective scenes make you feel uncomfortable, not the extreme amounts of violence? Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird that like you watch like a show where someone is like being cut up in pieces and stuff like that. You can see their entrails and everything. That doesn't bother you, but a panty shot for like a split second. And a super Weenie Hut Juniors. We know what happens in OG. Yeah, that's why I said not the OG Dragon Ball. That's why I said Dragon Ball Z Kai. Cause I ain't gonna suggest Dragon Ball. Nah. Dragon Ball, like original Dragon Ball, OG Dragon Ball, uncensored Dragon Ball, uncut version, and uncut Dragon Ball Z uncut. Yeah, don't go watch it. They eat wieners, the hunters, the flowers. Like, I don't understand this. Like, how can you watch a show where there is a gratuitous amount of violence and blood everywhere, but for some odd reason, a quick, I don't know, suggestive shot of something that's going to last for like, what, 5 to 2 seconds is so problematic for you? I don't get that nonsense. It just doesn't make sense to me. A dark wiener gives the highest level of power. And then what's wild about that, they always write majority of all shonen protagonists as like, they can't handle suggestive things anyway. They just avoid it at all costs. So I don't understand. Can you work with this?
From what I know, Chainsaw Man has a lot of suggestive scenes, and the main character, Denji, is quite horny. So I'm worried I might have problems watching it. However, I really like the character designs.
Oh my god. Okay. I hate this. This is the J.K. Rowling effect. I refer to this as the J.K. Rowling effect. You hate everything about J.K. Rowling, but you can't stop fucking with her IP that she made. And the funny thing is, if J.K. Rowling dies or stops writing Harry Potter, Harry Potter dies with her. So like, it's not gonna be Harry Potter anymore. Yeah, be gone with you. Like, think of it that way, right? Harry Potter dies with the woman you hate. Now, we all know that when she dies, Harry Potter will still live on because every IP live past their creators 9 times out of 10. But it won't be the same. Yeah, pick a feature already. Like, either you go with it or you don't. That's the problem with it. They want to pick the thing that they know is going to be problematic for them, but they can't help themselves but put themselves in the thing that will be... It's like that video of the girl that meme with the little boy putting the I said it the other day, he puts his hand in his shoe and he puts it on his head and he's on the floor and he's saying, "Why is this happening to me? Why is bad things happening to me?" And then you realize it's him causing the whole issue. It's fucking stupid.
Cool rainbow. So I'm in this state of hesitation. Wow, this person, Jesus. All right. I really like the character design, so I'm in this state of hesitation. Should I watch it, or is it better?
Don't watch it. Don't watch it. If you have to keep asking and asking and asking, because if you like, come on, if you have to ask, then it's best you don't. I think the best thing you should do is always, if you're gonna watch something and you have to kind of have an ask about it, might as well not even bother. Because I'm pretty sure you didn't have to ask that question when you watch My Little Pony. Had a plan? What was the plan? Monty had a plan? What was his plan? Like if you look at My Little Pony, you didn't have to ask that question. If you look at Steven Universe, you don't have to ask that question. If you have to watch I don't know, Owl House, I'm pretty sure you don't have to ask that stupid question. Gunsmith Cats? I'm not familiar with that one. Gunsmith Cats. Too much macaroni. Like, let me see. Or Courage Cowardly Dog. Shit, you don't have to ask that question when watching, like, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Yes, I'm putting my unk status out there. You don't have to ask that question when you're watching SpongeBob. So, like, well, you kind of do now, because they've got some grotesque stuff into SpongeBob, I think, still. But, like, it is what it is. It has heavies? Yeah, check that out later. It got heavies, bye.
Or not to. People who have watched Chainsaw Man, please help me. I don't mind spoilers, so feel free. This person is treating watching Chainsaw Man like doing a firewalk.
Wow.
Or crossing a narrow bridge held together by rope, or doing something daring like skydiving, like it's a life or death situation, or like Indiana Jones walking across an invisible bridge.
Right? Innuendos with comedy.
This is how bad things have gotten, the consequence of raising people like the Bubble Boy, unable to handle anything of mature content. And of course, heterosexuality itself is deemed offensive. A straight guy character being cocky is worse than Satan to these types. Consuming a story with a man character having male bravado is life or death to these types. This is a society Karens are proud of and are pushing all across the world, and as the saying goes, hard times create strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Guess which era we're in.
Yep.
Also, if you want to support the content I create, consider joining my channel, becoming a member. It's much appreciated. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Good
Free
video.
think. Peace.
What do you think? Good job, Monty. Good job, bud. Can't wait to edit this one. I'm gonna get some hate. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be people who are gonna see this video and say I'm being hateful or being mean or something. I'm pretty sure, without even watching the whole thing or so. Maybe the way I word it, but like they're gonna assume that I'm grifting or some shit or some stupidness or something like that. It's just common sense, but it is what it is. All right. So with that said, like, subscribe, share, follow, comment. I hope to see you guys in the next one, and I hope this was insightful, or you had fun watching this, or probably it made you want to say something in the comment section. Probably something mean to me, probably. So if you do decide to say something mean to me, well, I'll probably read it, but I'll try my best to answer if I can, unless it's not something unhinged and stupid. You know. So with that said, I'll see you guys next one. All right. Let's see, who's next? Okay, so let me see here. So we have a video of Jay the Concept. I haven't done a video of him in a while. Jay the Concept, he posted something 3 hours ago, and it says, Black Woody? Really? Luptia Naago is an idiot. I'm not really sure who that is or what this is about, so this is new to me. I have no idea what this is about, so we're going to see what this is, what he's trying to get at with this. I'm not really sure. I know you guys can't see it. Yeah, what's your question?
100%. I want to see this specifically. Now we're going to check out something racist, apparently, though, right? So let's check this shit out. Because you said Black Woody, right? Which is this right here? Oh, hell no. Hold up.
Okay, so this is the unboxing of Woody. So dope.
Let me let this video play, and then I'm going to tell you a funny story, too.
I really love him. We took a lot of time to make sure all the details were right. If you look, his little sheriff badge, even his belt buckle is popping. You can take his little pistol in and out.
Do any of you perhaps have a painting of Squidward from that one episode with the sculpture? No. I don't know. I don't have that.
His hat is magnetized. It comes on and off. We got his fro.
They got nigga Woody before GTA 6. God damn! How they gonna have Negro Woody before GTA 6? She even made the nigga's lips bigger.
My lip gloss be popping.
God damn! Why is his lips bigger, bro? It look like he's duck facing. This motherfucker duck facing pose. Bro, this is a duck face pose. You know how them bitches be on Instagram and shit, and they be doing the duck face like this? Bro, they be single-handedly making it worse by trying to do this shit. All right, bro, hold up.
Tight. His little scarf.
Let me just put like this. Let me just say this, right? She looks exactly like she would do this. Bro, listen, this person looks exactly like how I would envision the person that would do this type of stuff. Like exactly the same. I could tell she went to art school.
Is there cotton in his boot?
That right? I could tell she went to art school. She probably wears plaid and shit sometimes. This archetype of person, I know exactly who this is.
Look at the spurs on his boot. He's just really well made. He's fragile because it's like an art piece. You want to sit this on like a mantle or a bookshelf or something. And of course, you guys know who's coming next.
To infinity and beyond.
Go to make a round, get your plush.
Hold on. I can't do this. I can't do this, bro. Hold up. No, she did not do nigga Mario. What is this? She put the chain on this motherfucker. She put the...
I get it, but you know why okay. I'm not gonna lie here. I get it, but I don't think this is a good look. Not for Jay. I'm talking about the because it comes off as stereotypical. Like, it's not like Black Mario. He's Black Mario with stereotypical trinkets. He's wearing Timbs. Yeah, it's funny, but like, he's wearing Timbs. And like, he's wearing a chain around his neck. Right? I don't know. I feel like it's stereotypical to a degree. Because like the thing is, what I see here, and some of you may not agree with me, it's fine. But this is just how I see it. The reason why I don't the plumber has to look the part. The problem I have with this is that when you just take something that already exists, that originally was like white, Asian, Hispanic, or something like that, or even gay, or even straight, or somewhere in between, if it was originally like that, having you can call this like we call it, what's that word they call it? It starts with V. Yeah, no, I get it. But like a variant, there we go, variant. Like I know there's variants to this, right? But the problem what I have with this is that when you just say a black version of something that already exists and it's just a race swap version of it, it feels kind of tacky. If you get what I'm trying to say, like what I'm trying to say is it best to make your own type of like, not Mario, not even Mario adjacent, but something so different that it'll only make other races want to make their race version of your thing? You see what I'm saying? Like, you never see anyone make... Well, I guess they'll consider it racist if they did. But if they took, like, a black... if they took a Static Shock and made them on a white version of Static Shock. Now, I know people are going to call that racist or something to that degree. But, like, what I'm saying is, like... Or, like, an Asian version of, like, Static Shock. Or a Hispanic version of Static Shock, right? See, the reason why a lot of people don't have a problem with like Miles Morales is two things. He's not a black Peter Parker. You get what I'm saying? He's not Peter. And that's appreciative to a degree. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not Peter. He has a different storyline completely from Peter. He's a whole different character with his own skill sets and shit like that, right? That's technically what I'm saying. But if you just take Mario and make him black and then just put like a bunch of stereotypical things around that black character, it just... Is it really about him being black, or you just made a stereotype? You just made a stereotype. Now, I don't mind if you gave him like the texture of hair differently, because, well, he's supposed to be a black version. Instead of just changing his skin, you have to change like some of his biology to a degree, right? Because like if he's black, he is going to have more, you know, black textured hair. So I have no problem you made his hair like that. Kind of makes sense. But when you put a chain around him and make him wear Timbs, it's like, what? Like, what are we doing? Like, this is like saying, is like, because he's black, does every black person wears a chain and Timbs? Or every black man wears a chain and Timbs? No. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know. I don't think this is a good look. I don't think this is a good look. Now, if she just gave, like, if you put him black, right? Black Mario, and then gave him his textured hair, and then gave him his hat and stuff, and he's just Mario, but just a biologically black dude, then I think that's perfectly fine. But when you just add those stereotypical things around him, because it's not stereotypical for him to have his textured hair the way he does. It just makes sense. But like, you know what I'm saying? That chain better be real. I don't know. It's weird.
She made Mario blinged out. No, she did not.
Yes,
oh
that's
my
weird.
God, bro. You need help, bitch. This bitch need help.
Infinity and beyond.
Look how disturbing she looks. Bro, listen.
Okay, let's put it this way. People got mad at... Okay, let me put it this way. Okay. I want to make sure I say this right. It may still not come out right, but hear me out. People got mad at Captain Durag because he had a do-rag on. Note, Captain Durag is a whole new character, not connected to any IP whatsoever. Right? He's supposed to be a positive light for his daughter to teach her how to, you know, fold clothes, be responsible, and everything under. He just happens to wear a do-rag, and yes, he calls himself Captain Durag, right? That's probably the only stereotypical thing about him is the do-rag thing. But overall, he's a new character who's being positive, right? Now, no one's making a shit stain about Mario, Black Mario, having chains and Timbs on. You don't find that weird? Like, you fell in love with Mario when he was just being Mario and doing his Mario thing. But am I supposed to fall in love with Black Mario when he has Timbs and a chain on? Why can't he just be Black Mario with, like, different hair, but he's still Mario? Or he has a black guy voice, but he still acts like Mario to a degree. In his own way, I guess. Because he's supposed to be like a variant version of Mario, right? This theme song's still stuck in your head? Looks cool. I don't know, it's crazy. I don't know.
This snapshot is disturbing. For real. Look at this. Look at this. I'm sorry. I gotta get this picture. This is gonna be used as a thumbnail, bro. For real. This is gonna be used as a thumbnail, period. I had to get that. She looks psychotic as fuck right here. She like a cat lady, but with black dials that were not originally black. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Bro, get your plushies, get your collectibles, get your art, get your culture.
She put the hat backwards on this motherfucker. Bro, if Stereotype was a person, you know what's so funny? You know this bitch be at the picket lines, she be at the events, she be at everything Black Lives Matter type shit, right? And she just cannot help herself injecting stereotypes into shit that she would judge white people for doing.
Correct! That's what I'm saying! Thank you! Jay got it right. He said it better than me. Imagine we made a black version of, say, Captain America, right? And which does exist. I guess you can use no, let's not use Captain because that already exists. Let's say we have a black version of the Hulk. Oh no! Fuck! No, bro! It's like that stereotypical variant of Miles Morales as Thor, and he's like doing a bunch of stereotypical shit. Remember when everyone took a big shit on that? When they said, "Oh my god, this is very fucking racist." Remember that? When they made a variant of Miles Morales as Thor, and he made him do a lot of stereotypical things. Like fucking blatantly white people wrote that shit. Remember that? That's what I'm saying. It makes what's up, Brian? I'm sorry, bro. Or we have Black Hulk, right? But when Black Hulk gets mad, he has like chains and a do-rag on, right? And somehow his he's in his clothes, but when he gets mad, his clothes stretches with his do-rag on, his Timbs, chain. You know what I'm saying? And he has Menthols in his back pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck? What are we doing? What are we doing? No, I'm not gonna think it's gonna go that down that whole path. But if a bunch of white people wrote that, black people will have a fucking problem with this. This is why I don't understand. Why are you putting Timbs on a black Mario? Why are you giving him a gold chain around a black Mario? Not every black person is running around with these stereotypical trinkets that's on them. He has the Timbs on. They put Timbs on Black Mario and gave him a golden chain around his neck with a star chain around his neck. I'm like, no, why can't he just be Mario black with black features as a black person, but Mario? We have to add the chain and the this, you know what I'm saying? Like, it makes no sense. Yeah, I'm actively up in here. Up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my cool. Like, come on, dude. Like, didn't they say the same thing about Christopher Nolan's Troy, where they're going to race swap a lot of European characters with black people, and then I think Travis Scott's in the movie. Up in here. But like they said they're gonna put what's his name, Travis Scott in the movie, and they're gonna have him play trap music when he's on screen or some shit. Like, what the fuck? This, like, you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like the Fall of Troy. It's supposed to be like I guess I don't know if it's supposed to be a historic thing or like a mythic historic thing, but apparently, you know, it's kind of weird that they're just swapping a bunch of European people in like a European like story. It makes no sense, because if we were to flip this around and we was doing an African story that was a African folklore mythical story, and we just swapped them with a bunch of diverse people, especially white people or like Hispanics or Asians, that would be a fucking problem. Like, would you not have an issue with that? Imagine a African mythological story written, and not even written, it was a fairy tale amongst Africans from Nigeria, whatever case may be. Like, all kids know it who lives there. It's always been in their family about those stories, and then it gets adapted into a movie from Christopher Nolan, and instead of keeping it as centered about that demographic, they put a bunch of white people or Hispanics, Asians, or like indigenous people per se, with a bunch of, I don't know, disabilities and shit and pronouns in something that had nothing to do with them. I will have a fucking problem with that just as much if we had a Chinese or a South or even East Asian story that was mythical, and then they started putting a bunch of black people in it. that never existed in those stories. I'm not even talking about the whole like Yusuke thing. I'm talking about like Wukong shit. I'm saying. Imagine a bunch of black people just running around in the Wukong story. Like, what the fuck is this? Or like a bunch of white people in a bunch of a Wukong story. What the fuck is happening? Where did these white people come from? Get them the fuck up out of here! Why are they here? I want to hear the story about a anthropomorphic monkey being the shit out of demons with his his mythological staff, monkey staff, being the shit out of people and causing a crash out amongst gods that don't even look human. Why the fuck are these white people here? Get them the fuck up out of here! Send them back to the fucking European country. What the fuck are they doing here? You know what I'm saying? Power pole. There you go. It's power pole. I don't want to say that. It sounds weird saying it out loud now. That sounds weird. But you get what I'm saying. I will have a problem with that if a bunch of feminist, stupid Karen bitches with crazy hair colors and nose rings in their faces trying to tell us to put a bunch of
Just imagine, right, if white people created this doll.
Thank you!
Put the snapback hat, the chain,
right?
The big lips, the afro and shit. She'll be calling them racist and being like, no, you stereotyping black people by putting this shit.
Correct.
Bitch, you just did the same shit. Listen. These people are stereotyping their own people.
Art, culture, we love y'all.
You got a friend in me. Okay, what else do y'all got for me? Bro, this lady needs help. Send help.
I need help.
She needs help. Bro, she needs help though, for real. He got Tim's on. How did I miss that? Bro, these are the same people, bro. And I know people get on my case about bringing up where people from all the time. I have to do that, bro, in order for y'all to understand why this shit happens, right? This bitch has never... Okay, let me put it like this, right? I could tell she grew up around white people. I could tell easily, right? I could tell but listen, there's not a single person from where black people are from that would do this shit. Not a single one. To the level that she did it, right? You might see... Listen, I'm gonna tell you guys something that you guys probably don't know, right? My grandma grew up in the hood, like the hood, right? So it's like she was there when her neighborhood started going to shit. Gangs, drugs, all that type of shit, right? What's going on her street, but they wouldn't fuck with her because she was like, she was there. She grandma, you know what I'm saying? Like that's like a unspoken rule in the hood, right? Like you do not fuck with the old people that's been there for years. You don't, right? So she's one of those people that been on the block for years. She's seen it get fucked up and everything. She's still the only one taking care of her, her yard and everything, right? But she was racist as fuck. She hated white people. So guess what she did for Christmas, right? With all the Santa toys and everything that she had, she would paint their faces black. My grandma did this shit. She would paint them black. And we would just laugh every time we came over there and shit because she actually lived through certain times. So I could see why she was a little bit mad or some shit like that. Like she was scorned as fuck, right? So it's like she literally would paint Santa Claus black.
Well, what just happened? Did I lose Hey guys, can you guys hear me? Tell me you guys can hear me. I think I lost connection. Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay. I think we lost connection for like a split second, I think. Okay, so okay. I think I get what he's saying, but what I don't understand is if you gotta go your way to paint the Santa face, I don't think it makes a lot of sense to even bother. Like, you can celebrate Christmas because, well, some people say it's a pagan holiday. I get why people say that, but like, but if you think it's for your own religious reasons, Santa Claus should be the last thing you're worried about. It's about, technically, that was about Jesus. So instead of painting a white man's face black, you should have had Jesus more of an ornament than having, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying here? You get what I'm saying here? Like, like, why are you painting? Because, like, Santa, I get it. Some people like the whole Santa Claus thing, but like, if this is for religious reasons, why? If she's religious, because most people who celebrate Christmas is usually tied back to religion. Like, why bother even be doing that? Like with the Santa, just have Jesus ornaments around instead, because it's technically about Jesus. I do honestly, it's unnecessary. Yeah, it's unnecessary work. Yeah, like, you get your presents, get your tree if you want, if you believe in Christmas, under religious reasons, and just do that, and then put a lot of Jesus Christmas stuff. Why are you blackfacing that of a white of a white Santa? It's just like, I get why she, like he said it, she's scorned and angry about the things that she had to deal with back in the, I guess, Jim Crow era, because she's a grandma, so she's probably like 60, 70, 80, probably 80, 70 plus, right? So she probably has some like resentment towards white people to a degree. Fine. But, you know, it's you know what I'm saying, like, it doesn't make a lot of sense to do all that. Like it's about Jesus, per se. That's what originally Christmas is about, right? Even though it's considered a pagan holiday for most. If this black splat is on top of my presents, I don't care. You know what? You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. That is perfect. Brian, you're on it. You're right. If you ain't done with my shit, fuck you.
So
I'll take 1% any day if you ain't doubling my presents. Give me a reason to go with you. Take your services instead. Give me a reason to take your services over the white Santa.
For
Oh
her
my
doing
God.
it. Her generation, bro, she's younger than me, probably. She's probably younger than me.
Or
She's
better
been around
yet,
more-
if you're gonna be Black Santa, if you're not gonna double my presents, at least make the presents cheaper, but same quality. Same quality, give me a massive discount, right? Price match it or some shit. I don't know. Or give it positive dynamic pricing. So if I've been buying from the same companies for a while, and I say positive, they give me a massive discount for being a loyal customer to their products, right? Positive dynamic price me. Then we good. Then we go with Black Santa any day. Fuck White Santa.
White people than my grandma has ever been around. My grandma never been around white people, right? But she has. She's been around white people her entire fucking life.
Fair enough.
This is 100% within her character arc. 100%. I'm not even shocked. Just by looking at her dyed hair, expressing herself, just lets me know she's an artist. She's an artist. She's not a hood chick. She's not a chick that grew up around, you know, like people like me or whatever fuck, right? Because she's expressing herself. She's one of those artsy black people. That's basically what she is. So I know for a fact that she would do this shit. And she grew up around white people. She needed to have an identity. So that's the reason why she went far as fuck with this. She went too far.
I'm gonna love
yeah,
the
bro. I
Black
think she's a
Santa.
celebrity too because I seen her face a few. Really? How the fuck, bro? How the fuck is she a celebrity? Check your DMs about the Odyssey. I probably seen it already too, but let me see.
It's going viral from the Helena Troy actress.
Oh
What is
shit!
it?
Oh my God! I just mentioned the Helena Troy thing. The Troy thing. Oh my God, dude! I'm on my shit today. I'm editing the fuck out of these videos. God damn, I'm on my shit today. He went to another video and I talked about the. Bro, this came out 3 hours ago, the same time as like Monte. God, I'm on my shit today. What the hell?
This here?
Crazy.
What this shows us is that
Lupita is upset
Yo,
about.
this is a crazy inception. I'm reacting to Jay. Jay's reacting to Asmongold. And I watch Asmongold and Jay. So I'm watching them both by both reacting to their reaction. What inception? What the fuck is happening? Congrats, you're going under a quirky awakening. Let's go. Future sight. Let's go.
About the misrepresentation of African culture, but is no problem blatant.
Oh, I just
need
said
to have
that.
her stop sending me shit, bro. I'm about to lose my shit. I'm about to lose my shit. Hold on a second. So Luther is upset by the misrepresentation of African culture, but has no problem blatantly doing it to Greek culture. These motherfuckers are LARPers.
Yes,
this woman is
evil.
absolute fucking...
Yes, that's evil. I believe that's evil. I think that's extremely evil. You have a problem when non-black people, or even if you're not black, non-minorities make a story about your shit, and then they try to push their stuff on your shit, and you don't want that. But you have no problem doing it to the non-minority. How do you expect people to respect you when you don't give the respect back? You know what I'm saying? How can I say you're a trustworthy person when you're doing but you want trust from no, you expect people to trust you, but you do deceptive things, and then you have excuses for your deceptiveness. That's crazy.
Hypocrite. No, she's stupid.
Doing it to Greek culture. This woman is an absolute fucking hypocrite. Has no business in the Odyssey. Okay, let me see this.
What Black Panther shows us is that there is a whole host of people who get the misrepresentation that Africa has had, and who...
Wakanda's not real. Like, we know this, right?
Yes, Wakanda's not real. It was made by 2 white guys. Set in an African, like, plane. Wakanda is not a real place. It is made by 2, I think 2 Jewish guys. I think they're Jewish. I think one of them is Jewish.
Respect the continent, want to reinvestigate the continent, and re-represent the continent.
I'm done.
And that's important to me because I'm all about the demystification of the African continent.
Yeah, but you have no problem representing a white character in a story that's supposed to be fucking Greek. You dumb bitch. I don't care, bro. I don't care. These people are fucking stupid. I get why, bro. Listen, I understand why actors in Hollywood have PR people. I understand it. I used to try to be a little iffy. I'm like, bro, how do you have somebody telling you what to say? I get it now. When you're a fucking idiot, right, and say shit like this, but you do something completely different in the future, you're a fucking retard. You need PR. You need PR. Because you had no idea that this was going to bite you in the ass. Once Black Panther came out, right, listen, it was so accepted to be super pro-black during this time, right? Everybody and their mama was going to go see Black Panther during this whole entire thing. These guys go with the wind. When it comes to whatever social issues that's going on during the time, they just flow with it. They like, okay, it's good to be pro-black during this time. Black Panther coming out. We got the Black Lives Matter movement happening during the same time. So yeah, I can start talking and shit about black culture, how good it feels to be black and shit. Okay, cool. During that time, right? You didn't know that you were going to be playing Helen and Troy probably 5 to 10 years later. And people from Greece was actually going to check your ass for this shit for saying the same dumb shit that you're basically doing the same thing that you were against for Black Panther. The biasness writes itself on the wall. She's dumb as fuck. She lives in Mexico, so she don't even live around niggas.
Smack your goddamn daddy. She lives in Mexico? But she talks about the representation in Africa? What? Wait, hold up. You live in Mexico? But you're talking about the representation. You have money. You choose to live in Mexico. Wow. That's like being in Europe. That's like being in. That's like she's living in Europe and talking about we need to represent like Africans or some shit. Or it's like being Hispanic and you saying we need to represent the Hispanic people, but you live in Japan. And it's not like you're forced to live there. You went there on your own fruition. You're not even living in. You're not living in any Hispanic countries. But you want to represent them. And how much they are like hurting and stuff, and or they're not being represented in a way that is. And then you not only you live in Japan, you have a Japanese wife or husband. and Japanese kids. And you can speak fluent Japanese, but not fluent Spanish. You can make Japanese dishes, but you can't make Hispanic dishes. And then you ask your Hispanic family to come to Japan. You go instead of you going from Japan to their Hispanic country to visit them. Every time. That's weird.
I get it now. I 100% get it. These actors fucking need PR. They need people to check the dumb shit that they say and remember the dumb shit that they said, so they won't be contradicting themselves later on in the future. This is why that term, shut up and dribble, is not offensive whatsoever. You need to shut the fuck up and act. Nobody cares about what you believe in. Nobody cares about...
Right? I wonder how confused animals will be when they speak a non-language. Yeah, just imagine a Japanese cat who's been around Japanese people all its life, and you send it to, like, America, and you're trying to talk to this cat or tell it what to do, and it just look at you like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, it knows only Japanese terms and Japanese, like you know, systems and stuff, and the way you teach it, and then when you tell it to, like, roll over, and it just looking at you, it's like staring at you, like, what the fuck are you talking about?
The type of shit that you do behind the scenes, nobody gives a fuck.
I don't think so.
Come to
because
work.
Like they know, like it's gibberish, yes, but I don't think so because people are now teaching their animals to like use the button thing. Now, you can say that they're kind of like doing like what do they call it, diamond memory, where they kind of connect one thing to another. But some of these animals be a little intuitive with it. Yeah, the command thing. So like some of them, they'll do this thing. Well, they'll have like some of them will go very far with it. They'll have like 7 or different types of like, or 8, 10 different types of buttons, so the dog can like communicate with them to a degree. Now you can say that they know words, but so you can kind of say it's just basic on memory. But you know, sometimes these dogs and these animals be like pretty intuitive with it. They can kind of like connect one thing to a next to get what they want. They'll either ask for food, they'll say hugs, go outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a talking donkey in the Bible? The fuck? I never heard that one before.
Act, clock out, go the fuck home. That's all people care about. Because you will start looking as dumb as this. You're playing Helen of Troy, a white woman, or Greece, a Greek woman, and you had the nerve to say this African culture shit is important to me. How do you think Greece people feel? It allowed racist blacks to actually to say stupid shit. That's true. But guess what though? I'm all for it. Listen. I don't care about black people saying dumb shit. I don't care about white people saying dumb shit. I don't care about anybody saying dumb shit, right? We all have our shit, right? But if you start to impede on other people's right to say dumb shit, that's when I have a problem.
So
let
they
them
used
do.
to talk,
Listen, you cannot be hypocritical with me.
Was taken away.
This is how I judge your character. I judge your character based off of how hypocritical you are, depending on how you like to be, treated in society. If you like to say whatever the fuck you want to say, fine. That's cool, right? But as soon as you start policing other people and what they can and cannot say, you're a fucking dumbass now. Because you don't like when stones are being thrown back at you. This is the same shit that she's doing. You like to be pro-black? Fine. You want to be racist against white people? Fine. You want to say dumb shit about your culture even though you're not fully around your culture all the fucking time? Fine. But as soon as you start doing the same shit to other cultures and you get mad at people for doing it and you call them racist because they don't want you in their roles, when you'll be saying the same shit about Black Panther, if Black Panther was a white guy, you'll be saying the same exact thing like, oh, see, this is just this is just white Hollywood trying to whitewash my culture and shit. You'll be saying that 100% if
he's not wrong.
It was about Black Panther. But as soon as Greece or Greek culture come into play, now all of a sudden, oh, it's just a job. Why are you guys taking it so seriously? Helen of Troy was technically black. Now you're bringing in all these nuanced shit. You're not bro, you don't give a shit. You're wishy-washy. You go with the flow, period. These people are fake as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I judge your character. If you're not fair on all across the border, bro,
then I don't want no part of you. It's just like if I can make a racist joke against you, and everyone is laughing at it, you can make a racist joke against me. Like if I use a knife against you in a combat, I think it's just as fair you use a knife. If I use a gun against you in combat, I think it's only fair you use a gun. If I use a sword against you against a gun, you can just use a sword or something adjacent of the same caliber. But like, it's wild that I can tie your hands behind your back and your legs behind your back, expect you to fight me while I have a samurai sword in my hand. And then when you use a weapon, any type of weapon, even a stick, I somehow bitch and moan towards you about it. You know what I'm saying? It's fucking dumb. It's fucking stupid. Let me see. Yep, I started talking when the older. Okay, I read that. Okay, the man was not surprised and talked back to it. Holy shit.
That's how I know you have no integrity. We can do it to y'all, but y'all can't do it to us. It's the same reason, right? And listen, I got my thought process about this too. I don't care about. Listen, I only do what I don't care what other people do to me. I'm not one of these people that's a stickler for the N-word. I don't give a shit about that, right? I don't care about people being, I would say, prejudiced, anything like that, right? Because I'm that. Bro, listen, I'm 100% prejudiced. Don't give it a twist.
Hey, I hear you, bro. He comes from my era. Jay and I come from the same era. Then, if what he's saying is true, me and him comes from the same era.
I'm prejudiced as fuck. I don't care. I judge people based off of what I see and what I connect it to, right? It is what it is. We all do it. But I will not for a second pretend like I'm not. That's the thing that I hate what people do. People try to be holier than thou, being like, I'm all against racism. No, you're not. You're only against racism towards you. Or whatever the fuck.
Yes, correct. You only have a problem with racism when it's only specifically towards you. And it makes you feel some type of way. But you have no problem doing it to other people. Especially if it's like the big punching bag is white people.
You just want special treatment towards you. When it comes to everybody else, you don't give a fuck about that. See, I don't care. You could be racist across the board. I don't give a shit. You could be prejudiced as much as you want. To me, if you just admit that you're being prejudiced, I'll respect you way more.
There you go. I said that, I think 3 days ago. I'd rather deal with a racist white man than hang out with a dude. I'd rather be around a racist person than be around with someone who's pretending not to be racist. Because 9 times out of 10, they say more horrendous racist thing than the racist person. Usually the racist person says something to you, it's usually in reality of what's happening at the time. Yeah, sometimes they'll offshoot and say something that is not there. That does happen. But most cases, the people who are trying not to be racist says the most obscene things, and they try to be nice about it. It makes it even more condescending. Because the person who's more racist to you are going to be more honest towards you how they feel about you than the person who's not, and they say the most outlandish shit. One Piece Arthur Force, how hard can your redness go? But like, it is what it is. That is so true. And the thing is, the people who are claiming not to be racist at all usually be planning your downfall worse than the racists. Because at least you know what the racist, you know what you're getting. A racist usually is a giant woolly mammoth. They really don't exist anymore. A giant woolly mammoth in the distance, you know what you're getting with that. But the person who pretends not to be racist, they have no racist inkling in their body at all. They always just trying to virtue signal at all costs. They are the snake of the grass. They're almost equivalent to that of like a male feminist. They just LARP and they're a snake in the fucking grass. Right? Yeah, they give you straight, like, hey, bro, you suck, bro. You like, it's like, if you're a dude, you know what I'm talking about. When growing up in Call of Duty lobbies, your friend will tell you fucking suck, bro. You need to stop being stupid. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you say that today, even if your friend's cool with it, you might get banned. You might get banned off RIP because they're listening to your conversations. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
I would say.
In the fact that there was befriend him. Yes, that's the thing. Yeah, there's a black woman. No, she not even befriended. I think there's a black woman who married a KKK member. And there's this one black guy who's actually, I don't think he said they're technically friends because it went national news. Like it was like a documentary on NBC where he's not friends with them, but he's not enemies with them at the same time. Common, they hate it. Yeah, you'd be surprised. You'd be more. What a lot of people realize, you probably more in line with a racist person than you think. No. I don't think so. No. I think it was a black guy. I forgot what it is. I think he was a security guard or something. He was good. I want to say word friend, but he's associate with the KKK people. They don't hate, they hate him, but like they don't give him hell because they know where they stand with him, so they don't fuck with him. Does that make sense? Like they know who he is, they know he's black, they don't accept him in a sense as a black person, but they accept him as his character. Do you get what I'm saying? They won't accept him as like a friend, but they'll accept him as an associate that is not a threat to them and someone who they don't need to fuck with. You get what I'm saying? Like they're not gonna go to his house and burn his shit. Like put a cross and burn his grass. But they ain't gonna invite him to the cookout. But if he says hello, they'll say hello back. You know what I'm saying? That you're kind of like in a safe situation. Yeah, small steps. Like okay, so let's put it this way. He'll know who's a KKK member if he's passing by and he says, "That's Mr. Dalton Green." He'll say, "Hello, Mr. Dalton." And he'll say, "Hello, black guy." Not black guy, but I forgot the guy's name. But he'll refer to him as hello and bye. That's it. Or he'll say, "Hello, how's the night? How's the weather?" He's like, "Fine, I hope you're doing well." He's like, "Good, cool." And then they go on their business. He's not going to invite him to his house. He's not going to say, "We're having a Christmas party." None of that shit. But he ain't going to be burning his grass. So when they're having their whatever KKK ritual shit they do in the forest, they ain't going to be going to their local house, to that black guy that they don't have a problem with per se, and tell him to leave. They just leave him alone. Do you get what I'm saying? They leave him alone. They don't fuck with him, but they don't invite him to things. They don't see him as them, but they don't see him as a threat. Does that make sense? Because in their head, he's one of the quote-unquote good ones. Meaning that he's not out to fuck with our shit. He's not here to push his shit on us. He's not here to technically tell us what to do. He's just here. He comes to work. He does his shit. He does exactly what he's told to. He leaves. He goes home. You know what I'm saying? He buys his groceries. Whatever, fuck. Leave him be. Right? That's how that works with him. And that's shocking to hear from most black people. Actually, that's how most races work. You'd be surprised that's how it works. But they intervene with him, correct? They don't personally intervene with him. They don't eject their personal stuff with him. They don't see him as their friend. They just see him as not even a pet. They see him as like just an entity that exists that's not there to harm their way of life. That's it. Kind of like the Japanese, like how they see foreigners, in a sense of, we're nice to you, you're cool, you have your work ethic, whatever the case may be, but since you're not technically Japanese, we're not going to invite you to a Japanese shit, but then again, we don't think you're technically a bad person, or we don't think you have a problem as long as you don't cause trouble. Does that make sense to you? Right? It's like that. That does exist. You'd be surprised how more racist people are like that with minorities than you think. They usually do not intervene with them. Debbie, you called? So you'd be surprised. A lot of them do that. They'll know like a black person. They'll know a Hispanic person. As long as they don't encroach on their way of life or tell them what to do, that as long as not like interfering with their work, their money, their family structure, whatever the case may be, they'll be cordial with you. They're not going to invite you the shit. They're not going to tell you too much personal things other than something as surface level as, like, I don't know, like something surface level as hell. But they're not going to go deep dive about their family life with you or their personal struggles with you at all, because they don't see you as the same as them. So them telling personal shit beyond surface stuff to you is them giving away government secrets in their head towards the enemy. You know what I'm saying? That's what that is. Or a non-entity that's not them.
Nice and be like, no, I judge people based off of their character, such and such. No, we don't. If I see a group of niggas sitting on a corner, I'm crossing the street. This is what I do, right? I'm just being real. It is what it is. Listen, if I'm in Rio, if I go outside the boundaries, those not even niggas. Those are other people, right? I'm not going out there because I know exactly what's going to happen. In Mexico, I'm very careful on where I'm going in Mexico because I understand the climate, right? The situation. Mm-hmm. It's not racist. It's called protecting yourself.
It's called, yes. It's like those white women who leave America to go to India or one of the Middle East areas, and then they get fucked with in a way that they didn't even see coming when they've been told don't go there. And they go there anyway, and then when shit goes left, they're like, why are they trying to grope me? Why are they trying to do things to me? Why do they keep grabbing on me? Why are they doing this? Why is doing that? Remember that? There's a video about it. I think his name is Paul something. He did the video on it. A bunch of white women who are ideologically captured leaves America or Britain, and they go into the Middle East or go to India somewhere, knowing that they stand out because they don't look like the typical Indian or Middle Eastern civilian. And now all the men who are there, looking at them, staring at them, following them, want to take a picture with them because they want to touch them, they want to hug them, they want to do something with them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they like to make their own choice. Yeah, right? And then they're usually these feminist bitches who think, oh, because if they're just nice to them, it's not as what they say. And then when they do be nice to them, they take advantage of it. Remember that one video? I think we did it with. Yeah, they definitely did. All of them told them, and then they made videos saying they was trying to prove a point. And there was that one video with not a black woman, it was a white woman. It was a white woman on a beach, and I think it was in Dubai. I'm not totally sure. I don't think it was in Dubai. It was in the Middle Eastern area or in somewhere. She was at a beach, right? And the beach was pretty empty. There was one Indian dude that was there. And he just happens to be as close as possible to her out of the entire beach. It's not like there was a lot of people there. Right? The news reporter. And then he kept on getting closer and closer and trying to talk to her. And she was like not having it. And she was like trying to be really reluctant of talking. But he kept on getting closer and asking to be her friend or be his friend. And then he wanted to like go somewhere with her and stuff, and she was just feeling extremely uncomfortable. The one in the mosh pit? I'm not really sure about that one. Oh, her. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Right? Okay, so there's a lot of them. And then it's not even just white women. I think there was one with an Asian woman. Eastern Asian. Not South Asian, but Eastern Asian woman. And then getting groped or attacked or being sexually attacked and stuff like that. So yeah, that's more prevalent than you think. It's insane.
These people won't even admit that shit at all. They will rather die than to be like, I just don't want to seem like I'm a bad person.
Yeah,
Fuck
this
shit.
is exactly the conversation we had yesterday. But the Jesse Lee Peterson with the black woman saying something around the lines that she's not worried about the YN down the street or the potential the young gang member who has nothing to live for, who's on the block. She's worried about the fictitious boogeyman white man who's going to go into a populated, dense, black neighborhood to shoot up the place. Fire Force Indian dub clip. Send that to me. I have not heard of that one. And then
didn't even know
Jesse was confused. She was like, "Why?" Like he was like, "Because I understand she's saying a white guy with a gun is scary. Fine, but what made her rhetoric insane is that she lives in like a deep in Chicago, right? And she said she don't want to go to the movies in a highly deep, dense black area, right? And some white guy is gonna walk into that place and shoot up the place. Like, what? Like, that doesn't make any sense. We did the video on it yesterday, but I don't think it got recorded. Oh, no, it got recorded. It was just not on Twitch. If you want to go see it, it's literally from yesterday. You can see the whole thing. Me and PT was talking about it. I think PT was there. And I think B was there as well.
It was.
It was at the very beginning of the stream.
And who...
Wakanda's not real. Like, we know this, right?
Bro, no. I think he's on to something. I think that these Hollywood black people, these Hollywood elite people, actually want black people to believe that Wakanda is real. And the thing is, though, too, right? Hold up a second. Hold up. I'm on to something. If it's not real, right? Just like Greek mythology is not, or quote unquote, it's fantasy, right? What's stopping us from, I don't know, injecting white people inside that movie? It's fantasy, right? It's not real. Wakanda's not a...
You got a point. He's got, like, hey, it's not real, so why not? Why can't we put a bunch of European into the African mythic thing? You see how this goes down a very stupid road? They're puppets. Yeah, you see how this goes down a stupid road? And when the people say, oh, but it's not real, bro. It's not real. What's the big deal? It's not like it's real. It's like, okay. Like Greek mythology is not real. It's just fantasy. Okay, so if it's fantasy, then we make our African or Hispanic or indigenous movie. Let's put a bunch of white people playing these characters then. Or put a bunch of black people playing as a bunch of Hispanics. Or like a bunch of black people playing a bunch of Japanese people. It would be interesting if it was Pangea.
Real place. All the characters are not real, right? There's no such thing as T'Challa, Shuri. They don't actually exist. Bass don't actually exist. It's just it's just fiction, right? It's fantasy.
The irony in this whole thing is that this was made by two white guys.
So what's stopping them from hiring a white dude from playing that role? Since it's fiction, right? It's not, it's not real. This is the same excuse that people are saying with the Odyssey. The Odyssey isn't real. It's fiction. It's fantasy. The gods aren't real, shit like that. So what's stopping us from hiring, other roles, other races to play these Greek roles and shit, right? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with people hiring white people to play Wakandans? It's not a real place. I don't think that these people realize how much what they say out loud actually could come.
Yeah, it sounds this is, you know what this is? This is equivalent as the what's it, Pro PTZ? I think that's his name, the Asian guy, the chubby Asian guy who said, if you don't look like the role of the character in the anime, you can't voice him. This moron literally didn't realize he was applying that to himself. Now he couldn't play majority of most characters because he Peter Dinklage his punk ass self. You know what I'm saying? He Peter Dinklage himself. Like you played yourself. You really thought you was gonna still get to play other characters because you made the statement, therefore it doesn't apply to you. You're a dumbass. I have no issue if a black guy plays as an Asian guy in an anime and he fits the role. I have no problem if a white guy plays a black guy in an anime and he plays the role well. I have no problem with a black woman voicing that of a Asian anime girl in an anime video game or an anime show, which has happened. Because I think if I remember right, the chick who plays Mirko, she's one of the Genshin Impact characters, if I'm right. If I remember right. Like, it's crazy to me. That's the point of voice acting, not appearance acting. If it was called appearance, that would be called acting. Voice acting is about the voice. Does the voice fit the character in the show? It makes no sense. Shit makes no sense. It makes no sense. I have no problem with a black guy playing a role of an Asian character in an anime. Because if his voice fits, I think that's awesome. I think that's fucking awesome. Little to know, these leftists don't know that the voice of Samurai Jack was voiced by a black man. One of the most legendary characters of all time was voiced by a black man. As a Asian man the entire time. You know what I'm saying? If you're talented, you're talented. This shit's crazy to me. I think that's amazing that someone like him can voice. You know, he was in Spider-Man. He was in the second Spider-Man movie, and he's also John from Green. He's the Green Lantern. You sent it? Okay, I'll check it out.
Come back to bite him so easily. It shouldn't be this easy to discredit your fucking talking points. It shouldn't be. If you're a functioning, thinking person, it shouldn't be this easy to just listen to you for 2 seconds and be like, hold up a sec, you just contradicted yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times in one sentence. They don't think. They're stupid.
Respect the continent, want to reinvestigate the continent and re-represent the continent. And that's important to me because I'm all about the demystification of the African continent.
You get to decide what kind of king you are going to be.
You know, oftentimes the African continent, when it's portrayed in cinema, it's very general, and we were all hell-bent on it not being general. So the fact that, you know, our fictitious African nation speaks the language Xhosa, we needed to learn that language, we needed to, you know, get the accent in English and everything. Though it's a fictitious nation, it is brought to life and derived from real African cultures.
Huh! I don't think... Bro, it writes it. Do I even have to say anything with that line that she just said right there? I don't have to say anything. It blows my mind.
You know, get the accent in English and everything. Though it's a fictitious nation, it is brought to life and derived from real African cultures.
Interesting. Fucking interesting. That you say that even though it's fictitious, it's still brought to life by African culture. So the Odyssey, right, is being brought to life by what culture? Modern culture? Not Greek culture, modern culture. So what if Wakanda was brought to life by modern culture? That means we'll be diverse, right? You want it to represent what we see every day, right? Where's the gay people at? Where's the transgenders? Where's the white guys? South Africans actually exist in Africa, right? So where the fuck is Elon Musk? That's what I want to know. Where's Charles Pickens? Where's the white
You're not wrong. Where's Elon Musk? Because he was born in Africa.
Africans. Find that very strange how they can actually say that shit and they don't do the same thing when it comes to other shit like the Odyssey. It's very, bro, it blows my mind. It's like these people don't even listen to what they say. They just talk. It's words.
And so even with the costumes, Ruth Carter talks about researching the Tuareg, the Maasai, and hopefully there is a celebration as a result, a respect for these very
Last I checked, I don't have a spear in my hand.
wealthy and diverse cultures that often just get washed as one thing.
Interesting.
You know what's really funny is that she's right about everything that she said. The problem is that you need to have this worldview for every single movie. So she...
Thank you. Yes, there is a white panther, Black Panther. There is a white Black Panther. Yeah, there is a white Black Panther. Blonde, blue-eyed is a thing. It is really a thing in the comics. It actually is a thing.
To understand this, if you're talking like how she's doing right now, right? This is what I basically said. I judge you based on how your worldview fits everybody else, right? Your worldview is cool. You can have your worldview when it comes to what you believe in. But as soon as you start contradicting yourself, everybody else, you don't have integrity because you don't stand on it. You only stand on it when it comes to protecting your fucking self. You don't care about everybody else doing it. You only care about if you do it. You have no integrity because you don't care about this race shit only when it pertains to you.
Has the right outlook for Black Panther, but not for the Odyssey. On the discourse, it's a mythological story. I'm supportive of Chris's vision with it. The version I'm telling, cast as representative of the world. I'm not spending my time thinking of a defense. The criticism will exist whether I engage with it or not. This isn't a world story. It's not just some mythological story. It's a Greek story. It is. If you care about historical accuracy, you would not make Helen of Troy black. Let
me put it like this, right? Greek people actually believed, or from lack of a better term, or they were very important figures within the Greek culture. Greek mythology was very prevalent back in the day when it comes to Bro, it was on monuments, statues, religions, their currency system. Everything was based off of Greek mythology. We still use the symbols today for medical. So if it's not that influential, right? If it's not Greek, right? Let me put it like this. Even in colleges, when it comes to sororities or fraternities, that's all Greek.
Yeah, we use beta, alpha, omega.
All of it. So it's like if
that came from that. I think we still use the same symbols too.
We don't keep that representation when it comes to that. We shouldn't do it anywhere. If the Odyssey can get away with what they're doing, right, when it comes to this type of stuff, then how come the Black Panther could do that though? How come? How come? It's a fictitious story. If we basically
it's called Oppression Olympics. That's what it's called.
Change
because since they're not considered they're not the majority in power, therefore they can get to it's like because your sibling's the youngest one, they get most of it, and as you're the older one, you get a little bit more, you get less. So
every single word that she used, right, when it comes to it's a mythological story. Wakanda isn't fucking real. Quite frankly,
black TV.
Frankly, it's a mythological story. It's fantasy. So how come you don't use that same logic and thought process when it comes to that? Because you're fake.
It is. If you care about historical accuracy, you would not make Helen of Troy black. You wouldn't do that. Everybody knows that. We all know this. So it's very annoying for me to see this. It is. Because these people know what they're doing is wrong. They know that their outlook on this is wrong. Because whenever they're doing it to something that they care about on like a racial intrinsic level, they're going to have a totally different outlook and approach to it. This worldview and this approach to like telling a story is the best approach and the best way to tell a story. And it's what you want to have people doing. But they don't have any sort of respect for the Odyssey in the same way that they do for Black Panther. Yeah, the Odyssey going viral again. The actress is playing Helen as a Yale drama graduate and never heard of the Odyssey. What?
She's a Yale graduate. Listen, I literally say this shit every single time, bro. Suburban black people get on my fucking nerves. I'm just being real.
Damn.
I'm being 100%. Listen, I'm being real. I'm not saying all. I'm talking about the mindset. Liberal white people get on my fucking nerves, right? And suburban black people get on my goddamn nerves. I'm sorry. I'm categorizing it. It is what it is. Because listen, she literally reminds me. I can tell. 100% I can tell. They act the same. Listen, she's no different from that one bitch you showed me that had Black Woody. Zero difference whatsoever. I'm sorry. I know that might be a little bit like Jay. You being very, very bro. I don't care. It is, bro. I'm getting proven right every fucking time. Every single time I'm right about this, and I hate that shit. And this is what I basically say, bro. These people on social media can't stand when I say this term. Every single time I come at other people of my ilk with this term, suburban black, they know exactly what I'm talking.
Yeah, I don't blame him either. He's not wrong. So far, he has not said anything that is off, weird, strange, or I believe in this mindset as well. This is. He's not wrong. You can't do things onto others and expect them to not do it back to you in some way. That's not wrong. That's not right. That's not an eye for an eye. That's not being fair. If I wanted to watch an African movie that was being made by Hollywood, I'm expecting Hollywood to keep the African movie as African as possible because that's what it is. This is why I say when I tell you guys this whenever we're doing a character design of someone paying me to do their character design. If they want me to reimagine their character design, if that's what they're paying for, I'm going to make changes, but I want to keep the core idea of what the character was from as if it was still the original. I'm not going to make such a drastic change to the point that it's almost unrecognizable and we're calling it the same character. Right? I'm not going to do that. I think that's wrong. Because remember, what made you like fall in love with like certain characters, in anime or comic books or animation, whatever case may be, whatever you want to call it, webtoon, it's because they originally started that way. Yeah, Kunta Kinte is a good example of that. Yes. I would be extremely fucking annoyed if we was watching Kunta Kinte, and then majority of the people who are supposed to be main players are race swapped, Hey, what's up, Monty? I say what else to him. I love this video. Tell him I love this video. His latest video he just posted. Yee. Tell ya, yeah. But yeah, I have a problem with that. I have a real issue with that. It's weird to me. That's a weird mindset to, like, you know.
Talking about. Even the suburban blacks from the suburbs know exactly what I'm talking about, because that distinction on the mindset is clear as day. It's clear. I know how you think, I know who you are, and I know exactly what belief system you hold. You are like her in Black Woody. Sorry. It is what it is.
We love y'all.
You got a friend in me. Or you got a friend in me. What, you want some dick?
No problem. Yeah, he's doing great work. He's doing awesome work. He's doing awesome work. Yeah, no problem to him. He's doing a great job. Oh man, I know how that goes. I know how that goes. Yeah, I know how that goes. I'm not gonna lie to you. Oh, thinking, yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go, my dude. See, that part of me is hold on, bro. 1 sec. Okay, just let everyone know. Like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment. Sorry, I was answering a text real quick. Like, subscribe, share, follow, and comment. I hope you guys enjoy this and all that great stuff. Thank you, Jay, the concept, for making this awesome video. I'll have to edit this video in a bit. Yeah, so I will have to edit all these videos. I have to get. I think I'm gonna take like a few days off just to get. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take a few days off, until I get all the videos edited and ready to go. I'm not even gonna try to till I get up to par with them and I can like edit them that day. So what I'm gonna do is, I think after this stream, I'm going to take a couple of days off. I can't miss Monday because that's our swimsuit summer event. So I might do that after Monday. So I might actually do that. So I'll take a few days off, or at least get as much I can get done, and then get back on as fast as possible. So I won't stream after Monday till these videos are edited, because I have over like 17 or 15 different videos to edit to get them out for the reactions, because I think you guys really do enjoy the reaction stuff, and I think they could be something. I think, and I need to post stuff on my art channel because I haven't posted nothing of merit. So I think I should do some more like art videos and just like art reaction videos. I think that might work. What is good, bro? Bro, okay. Thank you for saying that. Now, since it's gonna be his birthday, Bri, you get to pick who are doing the swimsuit summer event in honor of you. You get to pick who is the lucky character we're doing as swims. You can pick 2 of them. I'm gonna try to do 2, maybe 3. You can add 3. You can pick 3. You can pick 3 characters. I'll try to get 2 of them, but you pick 3. You can pick 3 characters so we know who we're doing a swimsuit summer event. They can be all dudes. They can be all girls. If you want, you don't have to be a mix if you don't want to. You can pick as many as them, but make sure they're age appropriate, because I can't take that flack. I'm not big enough to take that. So you gotta pick 3 adult characters that I have not drawn before, or and I'll put them in swimsuits. Just throw off June 1st. So it's up to you, bud. So yeah. So with that said, like, share, follow, comment. Thank you guys. Yeah. All right. Let's see what's the next video. Next video. Let's see here. Okay, so I found this one video. I guess they posted it, and there'll be another one in 2 days. But I found this video. Oh, you know what? Just post it to me on Instagram. I gotta go look at the thing you sent me too. Yes. Hold on. Yeah, you can pick 3 characters that we're gonna do a swimsuit summer event about, since it's gonna be your birthday. In honor of you, Bri. For being an awesome mod. You get to pick 3 characters that I'm going to draw on Monday for the swimsuit event that we're gonna start off. Yeah, they don't have to be like, they could be all dudes, they could be all girls, they could be a mix, but you can pick as whatever genders you want. You can pick both. All of them could be girls, or all of them could be boys. It don't matter. Oh, they have to be age appropriate too. I'm not big enough. Yeah, like they gotta be age appropriate. They can't be like no jailbait shit. I won't draw. Yeah, I'm not gonna draw like Sue from My Hero in a Swimsuit, because, well, maybe I can now because there are older versions of them now. But I think too many people are too engulfed into the high school version of her. So, yeah, I'm saying it will cause too much headache. I want to start the Holy Grail wars again. Oh my god. Let's see here. That incident was insane. Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha. I just realized. Oh no, it's in here. There we go. Yeah. All right. So this is a video. This is 7 minutes long. All right. So Giga D. Oh yes, yes. Let me get to that now. Whose grail is the heaviest? Giga D. Let me see here. Oh, okay. Let me see. You sent it on, I think, Discord. I think. Yeah, I think it's Discord. I don't think it was Instagram. Check Instagram. Instagram. Yeah.
Right now at this.
Oh, there it is.
Moment, our town Asakusa is under an attack from the outsiders.
Wow.
They are trying hard to make themselves look just like us Asakusa folks and trick us into believing them.
Oh my god, English India is hold on. Oh my god.
Right now there's really no way to tell who they are. But if we continue like this, there is no way we can ever figure that out. But I really don't give a damn!
Ooh. Oh, okay, let me see. Can I? Oh, wait. Oh, wait, you sent the video. You didn't send the link. So I can't put it up. God damn. It's from TikTok. Wait, who is it? Yinbin. No, it's fine, I'm fine. Let me go get it real quick. Yinbin. 96, I think it's like Yinbin. Yinbin. 96. English Media Fire Force.
Right now at the
okay, found it. Let me do this real quick. Okay, X this out real quick. There it is. Nice. Okay, it's kind of like in the corner here, but I'm gonna have to leave it there. But anyway, so this is how it goes.
This moment, our town Asakusa is under an attack from the outsiders. They are trying hard to make themselves look just like us Asakusa folks and trick us into believing them.
I'm kind of behind it.
Right now, there's really no way to tell who they are. But if we continue like this, there is no way we can ever figure that out. But I really don't give a damn!
Have you ever watched Fire Force in English Indian?
Newly formed unit is not in a modern facility. What a dump. Reporting in. Oh, you are here. I'm the captain of Special Fire Force Company 8. My name is Akita Obi.
Hold on. Hold back. Oh, I see what just happened.
Have you ever watched Fire Force in English Indian?
Oh my god, this is horrendous when you do it on TikTok. I'm like...
A newly formed unit is not in a modern facility. What a dump. Reporting in. Oh, you are here. I'm the captain of Special Fire Force Company 8. My name is Akita Obi. So, Shinra, tell me about this resume photo. Tell me, why are you smiling in it?
Watched Fire Force
What I
in
don't
English
understand...
Indian.
Okay, this is the part... What I don't understand is this. Why put it in English from India and just give them the American version? What is the point of putting it in Indian? Like, I can understand if there's an Indian in their language, like Hindi. I get that. But, like, when it's in English, why don't you just go to the American version? That is very strange. It's like, and it's just like everyone all sounds the same-ish. I know that sounds racist to say, but kind of when you think about it. Just all right, that was I don't know, that was weird. That's weird. That's so weird. It's weird. Like, it's like, I'm pretty sure it's the same dialogue too. I'm pretty sure the dialogue's not all that different at all. So might as well just go to the American version. It's a lot more dynamic and better, I guess. But reading from a script, right? It sounds like they're literally just, they have it right in front of them. They're just reading it verbatim. There's no real feeling. It just sounds like two Indian guys just reading a pamphlet. You might as well just watch the American version. But if you have an Indian Hindi version, I can get that because it speaks in their language. And I get that. It makes sense. Just like if it was in German, it would be in their language. Makes sense. Because they can understand it. But it's kind of weird. If anything, if it's in Hindi, they can probably act it way better because it's in their native tongue. So it's not like they have to, it is what it is. So, okay, wait. Anyway, so this is a cartoon from Warner Brothers Animation. I've been jumping on these a lot. It says here, it's called Mouthwash Madness. Cartoons. I don't know what it's that about, so we're going to see where this takes us. I don't like reading descriptions of what the premise is. I like kind of just figuring it out more blindly, because I think it's a lot more better reaction that way. So let's see where this is going to take us. It's 7 minutes long. Let's do it. Oh, wait, hold up. You guys can't see it. Hold on. I just realized. Yeah, I like doing blind reactions. They're way better. There we go. Yeah, I couldn't see it myself. Wait, why is it all the way up there? The hell? Yeah. There we go. Sorry about the gut. Okay. Yeah, okay, there we go. Go back here. Where is the... Oh, yeah. I must have locked it in. Alright. Sorry about that. Let's start it over real quick so I can put that in the edit. I don't have to do any weird edits just to make that work. Let me just pull it back real quick so we can restart.
Oh, good morning, Anne. Door stuck. Good morning, Bess.
Yeah, what's so good about it? Thank you.
You're welcome. You know what they say, a happy smile, a happy life.
Who says that?
Teeth's fairy? Yes, it is me. Guys, clap. Oh.
Not again.
Oh, yes, it is me. Thank you, thank you. Simmer down, simmer down, simmer down.
Is that my construction paper?
No. Shh, don't look.
Hurry! I needed that for school! Why do you always have to?
Yeah, she does sound like Buttercup for a second. She has that raspy voice, but yeah. I think Buttercup's is a little bit more lowish, but hers is like more high pitched.
I go watch TV.
Door stuck.
I know it's stuck!
Oh, good glaciers, TV! You children. I got the door unstuck!
Wooga, 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 wooga!
Minty taste.
Terrible news, everyone. Your favorite sister is soon to be dead.
I'm dying!
She's lying.
This gives me like a 20, this gives me 2011 feels. I don't know why, but this cartoon gives me 2011 or 2013 type animation. I don't know why.
Oh? Oh!
No, it's true. I drank the mouthwash, so now I am dead.
Marie's dying!
Stop it! Both of you!
Oh, I get it. You're all so overwhelmed with grief that you've spiraled into denial.
Stop blocking the TV!
Oh, am I blocking your precious TV?
Wooga, wooga, wooga!
You'll miss me when I'm dead!
Doubt it.
Fine! Good day to you then, lassies! Marie, it's time for din-din!
My brother-in-law's like that with her sister. It's fucking crazy.
Oh, what's this? Welcome to my funeral.
Does Mom know you're playing with matches? Again?
Does Mom know you're drinking cough syrup? Again? Now sit down!
And partake in this bounty which I have provided.
Din-din? Yes, Linny. Din-din. Yay!
Uncooked spaghetti noodles?
That's orange drink! You ungrateful. You know, for a funeral, there's not as much grieving happening as I'd like.
Then die faster.
Yeah! You're right. Yeah, you need to die faster than that. reminds you of Clarence. I can see that. I can see that. Clarence and some other show. It's a die fast. Like, damn, this one's big.
I think it's time for a eulogy. Anyone have some final words? Oh, I do.
You do?
Marie told me I had to write. She's so silly. Go on, Leanie. The floor is yours. Okay. We will miss our dearest sister Marie, even though she smelled like pee-pee and was a cannibal who ate all of her children's.
She smelled like piss. Oh shit. Oh shit. You smell like piss, bro. Oh, that's the last. Oh shit. Dang. Oh shit. You smell like piss. Oh fuck. Oh. But better looking of the it reminds you about of the Loud House, but better looking. Yeah, it gave me 2013 vibes. I don't know why.
Let me see that. Oh. I see what happened here. You reused the eulogy from the hamster's funeral. For me. Your human sister.
Well, I think we're done here.
No! Nobody leaves until I see some tears!
This is dumb. Mouthwash can't kill you.
Well, I guess you'll find out firsthand soon enough.
What do you mean?
Did you poison them?
That orange drink you were sipping? It was poisoned with... Oh, shit. Poisoned with mouthwash!
I was not expecting the cursing. I forgot this is not Cartoon Network, but it's from the people who make Cartoon Network.
Why would you do that? What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Hey, wait just a minute. If we're all poisoned, then how come only Marie gets to have a funeral? I want one too! No, the funeral was my idea. Ugh, you guys are always copying me.
Enough! I've got a eulogy for you. To our sister Marie.
That's me.
The buffoon!
What?
Who is so self-absorbed and blind to everyone's feelings but her own that she rips up people's construction paper, kills their pet hamster,
allegedly,
and poisons her little sisters just for the fun of it! So rest in peace, Marie. You will not be missed.
Damn. This is like feminism. It's like a weird feminism. Like the Marie is like the embodiment of feminism.
I just don't understand where all this is coming from.
She's talking crazy.
Never take any form of accountability whatsoever. It's everyone's fault but hers. She can't see past her own ass. She's your favorite character so far. I'm more with the Buttercup sounding one. I don't know. Those girls with raspy voice I always found so cute. Not the character, I'm talking about the voice. Jesus.
You're right, Leanie.
Leanie?
You did poison us.
Yep, you won't die.
And?
It'll just make you kind of sick. What in the fuck? What the hell? The double puffs. Oh! Let me see.
Just don't understand where all this is coming from.
She's talking crazy. Right, Leanie?
Leanie?
You did poison us. And? So this is how I find out, is it? How dare
dare the three of you turn against me?
And on the day of my own funeral.
Bess, you accidentally hit me.
Ow! What the?
She right. She right. Kick this bitch. You know how many dudes would love to do this? Especially with the girl being a fucking irritant. Oh my god. Shit. God damn, she went for it.
Yeah, for real! You little... After everything I do for you! You guys! Please stop! Hate you! Fighting! Why don't you care that I'm dead? Tell me you'll miss me or I'll kill you! Love me! Hey, I won't tell Mom about the funeral if you don't tell her I'm drinking cough syrup again.
Deal.
Clink.
Wait, I don't get it. Wait, this is the part I don't understand. I get it. Where did the okay? I guess the explosion came from the small one, but like, where did they get the camera to watch this? Like, I don't know. That threw me off. Like, that's where the cartoon part comes in. It didn't make any coherent sense at that point. It made coherent sense to the far end. Huh. I like the character designs, though. I love how they put character designs in there. Okay, what's weird about this is, like, I'm not like, okay, I can see this becoming a show, but I'm kind of iffy at the same time. I like the character designs, I like the concept. I think what makes this particular show only stand out is because of the little one. The little one with the demonic nonsense. If anything, I think they should put more focus on the little one than with the demonic nonsense going on with it. Cute though. Animation was nice. I like the character designs. From a scale of 1 to 5, I'll give it like a good 4.5. Overall story, I give it a 3, solid 3, 3.5 at best, but a 3. But I don't know. Animation, overall animation, I'll give it like a 3. It's nothing too insane. The outcome theme was speaking biblical language. Huh. Was it really? So I guess wait, is the main character about the small one? Is the small one the main character? Oh, I liked it. Oh, I like it. It was cute. But with that said, I'd like to share on comment who you guys enjoyed this. This was different from the rest. Very different. But yeah. That was insane. Okay, I got one last video, and I don't think I'm going to do this one as a video, but let me see. Actually, no, we got 2 left, but one's 4 minutes, the other one's a little longer. But we're gonna just get this one out of the way. Real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it up. So what the fuck? What did I do? So this is from the round table. So you guys remember that we was watching that AI thing. That AI thing with the dude who made El Tigre, is taking I guess government money or something for making his next animation using AI, and everyone's not happy about it, right? Apparently, they just put a video about the situation, and I think whatever he was working on, getting that money, got canceled. So let's see what it's about.
Jorge Gutierrez, the creator of El Tigre and the director of The Book of Life and Maya and the Three, had unfortunately sold out to generative AI after condemning it for years, having an AI-assisted animated series greenlit over at Amazon Studios. A move that I think he anticipated having a lot of backlash, but I don't think he foresaw how much backlash would be coming from the animation industry side of things. While fans were obviously upset, talent in the industry were unanimously pissed, and everyone was giving Jorge a piece of their mind. Rightfully so, because what the hell are we even doing here? You know AI sucks, you know it's terrible news for the animation industry, and you know that we know that this was ultimately a money-motivated move. And I get it, times are tough. A lot of people have brought up how he has X, Y, and Z in development, but as I said in my last video, when you're based in Los Angeles and you have a family, you're definitely going to need a consistent stream of income, and as far as I know, development deals can't be putting food on the table for that long out here. And he had this whole spiel about giving creativity back to the artist, pretty much making it seem like he could turn this negative into a positive, but it just was not clicking. I truly can't comprehend how a tool that's meant to replace artists is somehow going to loop back around into empowering them. So while I get why he would cave, the entire situation just feels like it highlights the predatory nature of these AI companies, which is that they know they don't have a good reputation, and they know that the economy sucks. They know that the entertainment industry all around has been struggling, so they offer you an absurd amount of money that you feel like you can't refuse, and try to coerce you into believing that you aren't abandoning your morals, and that using AI is not that big of a deal. Regardless, a lot of people felt betrayed. Del Toro was shitting the hell out of him, which tracks because not only was he a producer on The Book of Life, but this Punky Duck show Jorge was making, judging by this image, seems like it would have had a stop-motion-esque aesthetic, which obviously is stepping on Del Toro's toes. But long and the short of it, Jorge has seen the light, and he will no longer be making Punky Duck at Amazon Studios. Issuing a statement last night, learning a lot from many of you, lots of information that I'm digesting wholeheartedly. I am absolutely understanding that
I was kind of curious on how that was going to come out. I'm not saying that I'm okay with the AI thing, but I was kind of curious on how that was going to look.
the concern of using AI to assist an animation pipeline. For all those showing me grace, I really appreciate it. I have a lot to think about. And then this morning, just a couple of hours ago, he shared, I have decided to drop out of the AI program at Amazon. I will not be making a Punky Duck series. Actions speak louder than words. My intent was to showcase artists both new and seasoned, inside and outside the studios, driving this new tech. My sincerest apologies to those I upset. I promise to do better moving forward. Thank you for your patience with me. I will try harder. Obviously, a lot of people aren't going to be so quick to forgive, and that's your MO at the end of the day. But personally, I do believe it's a respectable move, even if none of this should have happened in the first place. When people are getting grilled on the internet, it's easy to double down and be vindictive. It's not easy being vulnerable online. So the fact he was
PT said me too. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not the only one.
was able to own up to this and back out of the deal, which I'm sure wasn't easy, especially if contracts were signed. That's not something that I think should be met with continual hatred. Again, if you see him differently after this, that tracks. And while it's inevitable people will hammer in the fact that he should have known better, I do personally think that moving forward, harping on this and holding it against him in the future won't be productive whatsoever. Like the cartoon's not happening, he's heard the people loud and clear, and now it seems like he's willing to do what he can to make things right. And again, I don't think any of this would have happened if times weren't so tough right now. Cartoon creators typically aren't swimming in dough. The main thing he's known for, El Tigre, was over 20 years ago. Most show creators from that era aren't eating good right now. They're in the same boat as everyone else. So I do want to see him bounce back from this. I do hope he's able to get a project off the ground, and I do hope he's able to provide work to people in animation without AI being involved whatsoever. I just really wanted to follow up on this real quick because if I left it at yesterday's video, it just wouldn't feel right. He apologized, the point has been made, but now let's lay off the guy. The thing we wanted to see happen happened, and any discourse from this point on would just be dragging it.
Yeah, but the internet, there's people who just loves this. Yeah. Feel old now? Yeah. El Tigre came out almost 20 years ago. I think it's more than I'll say 15, 12 years ago. I'll have to look that up, but I'll let you choose episodes. No, okay, not that. Okay, let me see the last one so we can get out of here. Because I gotta get stuff done. Okay. I'm gonna let you guys pick. So there's only 2 videos. The first one is called How a Furniture Designer Created Kagurabachi. Yeah. Or okay, no, I'll give you 3 options. Fuck it. The first one. Okay, the first one is how a furniture designer. I think it says furniture. Furniture designer create Kagurabachi. The second one is called Most Disturbing Crimes in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Or the third one is Everything Sucks by the movie Cynic. That's just be clear. The first one I mentioned is 10 minutes. The second one is 50 minutes, and the third one is 25 minutes. So the first one, which is 10 minutes, is how a furniture store designer created Kagurabachi. The second one is 50 minutes, but it says the most disturbing crimes in the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Or the last one is Everything Sucks by the movie critic. That's 25 minutes. Okay, the first one. Okay, so the first one. First one. Okay. All right. Represent yourself, not the world. Okay, let me see. First one. Okay. All right, let's knock this out.
When it comes to weekly
Let me grab this here. Whew. All right, let's see what this is about. So this is from Kisane Anime. Oh, I remember them. I actually did a video with of them before. Yeah, definitely know. Okay, let me see. How a furniture store designer created Kagurabachi. Let's see. It's only 10 minutes long. Let's knock it out.
When it comes to Weekly Shonen Jump, every generation has its legends. From creators like Akira Toriyama, who birthed the modern-day shonen battle template, to Eiichiro Oda, who to this day is one of the shining examples of long-term storytelling and world-building. And in our current era, we're watching a passing of the torch unfold. The modern-day creators who we once saw as Shonen Jump's next generation, like Gege Akutami, Kohei Horikoshi, and Tatsuki Fujimoto, are now some of the most well-known manga authors of their time. And with so many series now ending made by creators like this, the time has come that they are now passing the torch to the next generation of mangaka, who will go down in Shonen Jump history and become legends in their own right. Takeru Hokuzono is one of these legends in the making. Takeru Hokuzono.
I wish they had like a mountain, like you know how in Naruto they have like in the Leaf Village they have like the Mount Rushmore of Hokage. They should have like the Mount Rushmore of like mangaka of all time. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool. You see the heads of those who came before, and then instead of putting like I guess the heads of those people, you put the heads of their characters and put your name under them. So like for like Deku you put Horikoshi, and then you put for Gege you put like whoever he chooses. I guess he would choose like your Yuji Itadori or probably Gojo, and then for Akira Toriyama it's Goku. You know what I'm saying? Like you put Goku's head, but you put Akira Toriyama. So like it's all the ones that represent before and came. That and then you put the year too. When like you put the year of when the anime started and then where the anime ends, and then you put the year of the creator when they was born and when they died. Yeah, like put Horikoshi right under Deku, and then put Deku's head, and you put Horikoshi right under his head, his like a thing, and then you put the time My Hero started, the year, and then where the end from the manga and to the animation, and the same thing. Like you just show like a bio script of what happened. Oh, hey Art, do you ever look up the art exchange? What do you mean by art exchange? What do you mean?
Is a bit of an enigma. He is one of the youngest, possibly even the youngest author currently writing for Shonen Jump at the ripe age of 25. Yet his manga is so well crafted that you'd think it was made by an industry veteran. And the craziest part is that he did all of this on a whim. So how? How did he just come out of nowhere and drop the biggest smash hit of Shonen Jump's new generation of manga? Well, our story starts in the early 2000s when Hokuzono was just a little kid. It was here that his interest in art would be sparked by a certain ninja battle manga by the name of Naruto.
We were a Naruto family. My father would bring home the collections and we'd all read them.
As time went on, Hokuzono would gain even more interests. In particular, he was a huge fan of Western cinema, most notably the works of directors like Christopher Nolan, David Fincher, Chad Stahelski, and of course Quentin Tarantino, whose films would go on to become a massive inspiration for him. That said, while Hokuzono did enjoy doing art, drawing characters akin to what he had seen in manga and film wasn't something he was dead set on doing for the rest of his life. In fact, when he started college, his major wasn't very extraordinary at all.
I majored in product design and was creating furniture and chairs. I liked drawing, but I wasn't doing much of it in university. However, I've always loved Naruto, and I've always vaguely thought manga is great. I want to become a manga artist.
The year was now 2020, and due to the pandemic, Hokuzono's university switched to online classes.
I always like how when you always hear these type of stories, it's never like they just woke up one day and says, I'm going to be the next something and become that thing. It's always under the situation of circumstance. You ever notice that? Hey, Nathaniel. What's going on, bud? But, I'm sorry about that. Hope you feel better. Yeah, you notice that? Like, it's always under, like, circumstance. It's never really, like, they just set out to do that one thing their entire life and had that planned out. It's always, like, a circumstantial thing.
Cooped up in his house with not a lot to do, he decided that he would just, give drawing manga a try. Obviously, he had no experience drawing
Thank you for subbing.
manga, so he learned from already existing examples. And according to him, he found the process of making manga very difficult. But he wanted to keep going, and so he decided that if he was going to be serious about this, he couldn't just treat it like a hobby. And so, Hokuzono would drop out of college to focus on manga full time. Surprisingly, to the approval of his parents, who were very supportive of this decision. And hey, maybe they could see into the future or something, because success is what would follow almost immediately after. Hokuzono would release his first official manga in April of 2021, a one-shot titled Intent, and it was this debut work that would begin to put Hokuzono on the map. This manga would greatly impress the judges at Shueisha's 100th Tezuka Awards, a panel that included huge names like Kazuo Kato, Takehiko Inoue, Kohei Horikoshi, Eiichiro Oda, Akira Toriyama. That is an incredibly intimidating lineup of judges, and the fact that they decided to award Hokuzono for his work, his debut work mind you, was an absolute testament to his raw skill. Hokuzono would go on to make a few more one-shots, however, it wasn't until 2023 when he would really start to make waves in the industry with his first ongoing manga, Kagura Bachi. Kagura Bachi was born from a number of influences and motivations. Hokuzono really liked the concept of a revenge story, naturally when you consider the kinds of films that he enjoyed, stuff like Kill Bill and John Wick. Of course, this is what Hokuzono simply found to be cool, but he also wanted to lean into this angle because he felt as though it was something that Shonen Jump had been lacking at the time.
I wanted to offer a new manga with a quiet, discreet, and dark protagonist, and since there aren't many manga with a revenge theme in Jump, I created Kagura Bachi.
And so a revenge story it would be. However, the influence
saw his potential. Let's go.
Of Western cinema did not end there. In fact, it permeates throughout the entire manga. When reading Kagura Bachi, one of the biggest takeaways I often see people cite is just how cinematic this manga feels. And that's because Hokuzono is a master when it comes to perspective. According to him, when laying out any scene, he always tries to put the camera in a spot that will offer the most interesting or striking perspective. And this is demonstrated no better than in his absolutely stellar fight scenes. This is where Hokuzono's love for action films becomes incredibly apparent, most notably his love of John Wick and Captain America the Winter Soldier. In fact, the latter was such a large inspiration for Kagurabachi that the Winter Soldier actually served as the primary inspiration for the character Genichi Sojo, which when you put the two characters side by side, yeah,
wow,
that's
yeah, you can kind of see it. I can see it.
not really.
You can. Oh God, I can see it. Oh my God, you can see it. Damn. Okay.
All that surprising. This principle doesn't just apply to the fight scenes, however, but also the overall aesthetic and vibe. Something really funny about Hollywood is that when it comes to Japan, a lot.
Bro, I am looking so forward to Galactic. I'm so looking forward to Galactic.
A lot of the time you'll see very over-the-top depictions of the country. And this is something that Hokuzono actually enjoys quite a bit. It's an aesthetic he always found to be striking and thought it would be cool to incorporate it into his manga. That said, while there are heavy Western influences littered throughout Kagurabachi, there are obviously Japanese influences as well. For instance, in preparation for the manga, Hokuzono would actually visit a Japanese blacksmith to experience how katanas are made firsthand. The rhythmic striking of steel between a blacksmith and their assistant was something that he felt emphasized Chihiro's familial bond with his father, a bond that would serve as the backbone for the story. It seemed everything was coming together for Hokuzono's new project. And once it finally debuted in the pages of Shonen Jump in September of 2023, needless to say, it made quite the impact. Kagurabachi would debut to very positive reception, and while a lot of it had to do with certain viral memes that were circulating around, which if you want to hear more about that, feel free to watch this video, but also it was just an incredibly well-made first impression. It stuck with people, and I think Kohei Horikoshi, the author of My
I don't know why that became such a meme though. Like it looks like a cool shot. I don't see what made it memeish though. It was only memeish because people was memeing it, but like why was it so memeish? I could really put it past my mind on what made people think this was extremely like memeable. It didn't come off memeable. Maybe it's because it looked super edgy. Maybe that was it. I don't know. But like I thought it was a cool shot. If you ask me, I think it looks just fine. Looks fucking fine.
Hero Academia is the one that explained it the best.
Usually with a debut serialization, creators focus on getting it approved by the editorial department, and in doing so, they suppress their personal quirks. The raw essence of what they find cool often gets lost in the process. But Kagurabachi keeps that essence right at the forefront. It shows that he values communicating his sense of coolness to readers. I thought, this guy has his own creative axis. I couldn't do that myself.
And from there, Kagurabachi would only get better and better. See, while Hokuzono did look at old manga like Naruto for inspiration, this didn't keep him from also looking at what was new and current in Shonen Jump. He noted that the reason why manga like Jujutsu Kaisen and Chainsaw Man were so fun to read was because of their brisk pacing. There was always something.
It was a good shot.
Interesting happening, and Hokuzono would incorporate this into Kagurabachi. And one way he does this, according to him, is that he makes sure every chapter has at least one striking visual, some kind of wow factor that serves as the chapter's main point of interest. This is how he's able to keep things interesting not only for continuing readers, but also new readers. And it was this momentum that would carry Kagurabachi to success. It would only take a year for Kagurabachi to reach 1 million units sold, and by 2 years, it would triple that amount. As of this moment, Kagurabachi is sitting somewhere around 4 million copies sold, a very impressive feat for a manga that doesn't even have an anime yet. And speaking of anime, according to Toyo Keizai, a Japanese publication that specializes in business, apparently the anime rights to Kagurabachi caused a sort of crazy bidding war between several big-name Japanese companies, all trying to nab the rights to produce the anime. And while these were just rumors, this publication did successfully predict that Psypic would be animating Kagurabachi. And honestly, it's not really that hard to believe anyway. Kagurabachi was an incredibly promising series. It was practically made for anime. It makes sense that these companies would be jumping at the chance to produce it. And this is all a testament to its incredible author. When Takeru Hokuzono wrote chapter 1 of his first ongoing series, you'd expect him to be incredibly unsure of himself, maybe even a little nervous. But when he was interviewed in 2025, he said he had a lot of faith in that first chapter. He was confident that he had made something great. And I find an attitude like that something worthy of striving for. If there's anything I want to get across with this video, it's that if you want to make something special, you have to have confidence in what you create and the confidence to put it out there. And his confidence wasn't unfounded. He was willing to learn, not only from the media he'd grown up with, but from the current mangaka who were at the top of the industry and had proven successful strategies. And maybe this is why he was able to make such a successful manga at such a young age.
Mini living room? That's cool. That's awesome. College campus tour, we got to see our rooms, and that's awesome. Let's go.
Because instead of just wandering through the dark, trying to figure out what makes a great manga through his own trial and error, he looked at what already worked and put his own spin on it. Takeru Hokuzono is someone that any creator should take inspiration from. Because he had the initiative to take the leap, the confidence to put his art out there, and the humility to learn from others.
That was positive. I think that was kind of cool. This is from Kisune Anime. So with that said, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you guys for coming in. I do appreciate it. We did what we needed to do today. So if you guys enjoyed it, please let me know. So I'm not going to start editing the videos still out until Tuesday. So, or at least after the stream on Monday. Sorry, bro. We went through a lot of videos today, so we gotta knock it out. We gotta jump out of here. Alright, later, Nate. Bri, remember to send me the 3 characters you want me to do? Yeah, those college universities are huge. There's a lot of space. You gotta walk between a lot of places. Alright, have a great night, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep safe. Great stuff. I'm out. Later, guys. Hang on.